Hello, hello, everyone. I missed you guys. How is everybody? Welcome in. Welcome in. Hey, Miss Bonnie. Hey, Dana. Hey, Tina. Hey, Jod. Hey, Posh. Welcome in. Woohoo. How have y'all been today? I hope everybody has been well. I am super excited to be live with you guys finally. Hey, Sarah, Sarah. You're beautiful, Sarah. You're beautiful, Sarah. Oh my goodness. You don't look anything like I imagined. Not saying I imagined an ugly person, sorry. But you know how everybody has like this idea and thought of how people look, right? We all do. You are much different than what I thought. And Toots, let me tell you, you better be careful out in those streets because you look like you're in your 20s, ma'am. Don't make me get the finger. How have y'all been? I missed you guys so very. Miss Susan. Miss Susan, I just saw your email. Oh my gosh, Miss Susan, I love you so much. I love you back. Thank you so much for that email. Oh my word. I've been checking my emails every single day because what else do I have to do besides rest? And get better for you guys. I cannot wait to tell you all the things. So we're gonna hang out. And I'm super excited. And today, Miss Susan, and yesterday were the 2 days that I didn't check my email until I went live because I have to email some. I don't have to, but I email people to let them know that I'm live. And I saw your email. Oh, thank you so much. Hey, Yat. How are y'all? I missed you guys. Aw, thank you so much. So when I tried to go live, things have changed. Surprise, surprise, right? And as you guys can hear, I am doing fabulous. Each day gets better. I'm on a lower tone right now because I just put the baby to sleep. And I think I'm in that mode. Plus, I got to be careful because I get too excited with you guys. There is a too excited. And I don't want to hurt myself. And I know y'all don't want me to hurt myself. Miss Bonnie, hey, sweet faces. Did I say hey to you, Bonnie? I feel like I didn't. And if I did, hey again. I hope you're well, Miss Bonnie. Y'all have been in my thoughts and prayers. I'm going to tell you. We We've got a great group of people. That's all I can tell you. That's it. We serve an awesome God, those that believe and those that have that relationship. But regardless, whatever that part is for you, you know we have an awesome group. I just want to say that. Like true realness. Now, I wish we had all the awesome people in the group because I'm sure there's more fabulous people in the whole wide world. But let me just tell you. We're so blessed. We are so blessed. I see it, I experience it, but I don't know if y'all know how blessed you really are. I don't think you do. So I'm going to try and tell you guys. We have a fabulous people that are just prayer warriors, that have good vibes, that truly have care about strangers, really. I mean, I've never met you in person. I am who I am still because you can go back and look at all the years, I've definitely evolved, business wise, mature wise. Of course, that should happen, right? But besides that, like, this is me, period. Period, the end, all the time. You don't get anything other than either more excitement or this excited. So, yeah, I am so happy that you got Duke, you're in trouble. Duke, you're in trouble. Hi, my Duke. You are in trouble, Duke. Where's my finger? My goodness. Hey, the other one fell off. Look at it. The pointy one. But we have this guy. Duke, you are in trouble. You. Tana, Tina Marie, you already know you're in trouble. I've been told you. Duke, what the heck, Duke? Listen, Bonnie, y'all, sit down. Where's your seatbelts? Where are y'all seatbelts? Where are y'all's helmets? Here I am getting better, and y'all are getting worse. What the heck, man? Sit down somewhere. Sheesh. Ah. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to do all the things to get, to you guys. Because, there's barriers and roadblocks that keep us from doing the same things that we've been doing and that we're used to and that we love, right? Like me in the market and you guys. So here I am getting better. And then I'm finding out, like, what is happening? Worse things over on y'all's end. I told Duke I should have put extra bubble wrap in her package had I have known she was gonna be like that. What? Bonnie, you should have gotten some too. Anytime y'all need extra bubble wrap to wrap your doggone selves up because you can't sit the heck down somewhere or put on your seatbelts or your helmets, you just need to ask for more bubble wrap. I don't mind. So let me tell you guys, let me read, hold on, because now I can read the chat, all the chat. You guys thought that I could read all the chat. I'll explain all the crap on my desk too. You see good stuff? Yeah. You already know I have stuff like happening. But I just recently got to be able to be in my room because I am a good patient. I do listen because I, spiritually speaking, believe in God. And so it's not the doctors that I'm believing in. It's the God that loves me, who takes care of me. So I have to be obedient even to the doctors, because if I prayed about it, then it's in God's hands now, not the doctor. You see what I'm saying? So where's my finger again? Hey, you people up here, you people, get it together. We need everyone. This market is not the market without you guys. Hello. Hello. I leave y'all for 10 days. How long has it been? 11 days? 12? I don't even know. And then I come to chaos. What? Hey, Miss Jan. Let's read. I know. I'm like wanting to know. Everybody's confused because I talk in parable. I talk half sentence and half the information. Hello, welcome to Keisha's Creations. How may I assist you? I'm going to tell y'all all about me in just a second because I have no problem talking about myself. But I want to know how y'all been first. Because I love you guys. I miss you guys. And I won't forget to talk about me. Trust that. Oh my gosh. I want to hear so much. Y'all better start typing. Y'all want to walk and do stuff that you're not supposed to do and party and do all the things, fall down steps, and I don't even know. And I'm just wanting to know how y'all are doing. Like, what? Hobbling along, getting better every day. Okay, good girl, Miss Bonnie. Oh, stuck on the West Coast. Read what Duke is saying, you guys. That's why she's in trouble. We leave her just for a couple of days and she goes rogue. Now she's stuck in some other place in the ER with all this crap happening. What the heck? Who told you could go somewhere? It was probably the jean jacket and the patches you've been buying at the market. And you just thought you were a hot girl, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Tell us. Tell us all about it. Because that is just ludicrous. Anybody have a private jet I can borrow? I really do care for you guys. Like, as if I know you. Because I do know you. Just not in physical form. But I do know you. And you're not allowed. Y'all sit the heck down. Sit the heck down. You got this. Yeah, sure. Two we get two Matilda. I can't even talk. Like, I am so excited, but I have to be careful. And I'll talk about me soon. Very soon. All I can say is no repeats. Oh my gosh. I sound under the weather? Yeah. Well, my voice ever since. Listen, you guys, I have a lot to talk about. I have testimonies, I have stories, and it's all great things. But ever since, well, maybe it was been before, my voice has been like under the weather. If you haven't noticed, go back. You'll hear, like, some nights I'll have the normal voice, if you will, the regular voice, the old me. You're going to get a new me, just saying. And it's going to be a better me. Isn't that wonderful? Because after this repair, it's on and popping. There's nothing else besides, oh, looks good, check up, goodbye, because I'm sitting down. Y'all can run the streets. I'm not. Oh my God. I think Duke did it on purpose. Look at her. Paramedics were hubba hubba. Like, really? I'm going to have to call you by your real name. Connie Marie Dunn. Sit the heck down and settle down. I knew I should have sent you the pickle. My word. Hey, Miss Sharon. Ah, Tina, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So hopefully my fuss session with you the other day worked. Here Tina is Tana Maria, supposed to be working dyeing us beautiful papers, you guys. And guess what she did? Just take a wild guess what she did. I'm telling everyone. I'm telling everyone. Because what happens at the market hopefully stays at the market, right? So I can tell you guys, because we are the market. She took a vacation right with me. What? I said, Tina, Tana, Tuna Marie, listen to me. I told y'all, let me get my finger. Before I went to surgery, I told all the vendors, y'all better be working and not breaking with me, because ain't nothing wrong with y'all, and y'all need to get to work and utilize the time that you have, that we're not on every hour, every day, all the time, and it's just a continuous vicious cycle. Aww, Miss Angela. Aww. Thank you so very, very, very much. I'm all over the place, you guys, because I'm too excited. That's what happens. I know I'm still talking about my voice. I'll explain that. I will. I'm going to get back on track, trust. Because now I don't have like 17,000 things that are happening in my brain all at once. I'm just running amok right now because I'm too excited. Thank you so much, Angela. That is so very kind of you. I love you back. I do. I really, really love you back. Thank you. Oh, you should see my face. My hair is not, I was going to do face to face this time. I really was. The second time, because I did it. You can go back and look. My baby shower, quote unquote, because I didn't have a baby shower. Y'all were my baby shower. I didn't want a baby shower. I wanted to hang out with you guys at the market, because Kaden is a market baby, period. We all found out around the same time. Obviously, I didn't tell you as soon as I peed on the stick, but he's a market baby. Hello. True and true. I love you back. Thank you so much, Yanita. How are you, my friend? How is Mama? How are you? Thank you, Duke. Because she just thought she was on vacation. Hey, Angie. Hey, Angie. Hello, hello. There's Miss Valerie. Hey, Valerie. Hey, Mama. Ah, you guys, we need to keep Keisha calm and relaxed. Too late. As soon as I knew I was going live, I just right then. Oh my gosh. See, as soon as I don't go live and I leave y'all, is there anyone who has been in good standings? Can we hear some? My health has improved since last live because y'all have been digressing. Let's just say, people, y'all need to wear your seatbelts, your helmet, and your goggles. People, I need to get that pointer one. It's somewhere. It broke off. Listen, listen, Linda. You need to get yourselves together. Because listen, we've got to be strong. Whether you're ready or not, we've got to be strong. That's it. Like what? Yay, Angela. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yay. Stable. Stable is okay. I'm good with stable. But when I leave y'all, worse is not good. Like, if no one fusses at you, just let me, because I will. Because I care that much. And I don't even have to know you. Like, know you know you. You know what I mean. I say that because we are not a face to face. But I know you. I know y'all. Stop it. Y'all need to stop. Lost 40 pounds. Where in the world was 40 pounds? Okay, because I've saw you before, Angela. Girl, congratulations. Heck yeah, you done better. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Oh my goodness. Let's look at Matilda. Matilda's taking this photo shoot, you guys. Oh my goodness. This chick is so adorable. Matilda is a chick to me. Okay. I know she's a hedgehog, you guys. I got it. I know the animals to some degree. But Matilda is her own chick. Okay. Look at this girl. Oh my goodness. She said Matilda's third birthday was last week. This is her photo shoot. Sarah, you rock this sucker. So here's the back. See her hair? You've got, look at that. Oh my goodness. You've got to get a butt shot. Hello. Hello. Look at her hair. Look at my hair. It's grown so long. That is adorable. Look at the second photo. Oh my goodness, I love this one the very most. How did you get her to do this? That is insane. This is a chick. This is not a hedgehog, okay? Just saying. That is so stinking cute, Sarah. Aww. And happy birthday, Isabel, Miss Susan's granddaughter, and mom's grandson, I think. We're all, and Matilda, we're all in that same window as Caden. They're all like right there. How stinking cute. Like real deal. I'm like, I'm not just saying that because her mom's here. Plug your ear, Sarah. How stinking cute. Okay, I think she got cuter since we last saw her. That's a close up. I think she got cuter since we last saw her. Look at that thing. Like, how did she get her to do that? That's incredible. That is incredible. Hey, Mom. Welcome. So cute. Thank you again, Angela, for sending the coffee fund because you know that's going to go towards that. I'm just saying. Straight up. I'm still addicted to Starbucks. They don't get as much money from me as used to, pre-baby, but I'm still addicted. Don't get it twisted. Hey, Kim. Hey, Robin. Great grandson. Thank you. And hi. I knew it was I thought it was a boy. I didn't want to say granddaughter, really, if I did. Yeah. So cute. Dunkin' is your OG. I have not I have a lot of Dunkin' Donuts here. We do. Um Actually more on the corners and the plazas and whatever, shopping centers, whatever the heck you want to call them. Um more than Starbucks. But I haven't done the Dunkin' thing, so I'm a little nervous because I don't want it to be nasty and waste my money. So I go to what I know. But I'm not opposed. Like, I have thought about it 100 times. I just haven't actually drove there and, you know. So I guess it's just the scared of the unknown and becoming habit. Because listen, once you do Starbucks, trust me, you're timid. At least like the advocate addicted Starbucks. You're timid to try anything else because it's so freaking expensive. And I know Dunkin' is way cheaper, but you still, for me, still have that like anxiety thinking I might waste my money and it'd be nasty, which is odd because how bad can you make iced coffee bad? And if it's bad, then just add sugar or cream. I know, but that's the reason. But that is the reason. Hey, be sweet. Oh, you guys. Oh, I just want to sit and like read the chat and not talk because I can't successfully do both. Surprisingly. I know that sounds weird because I run a market pretty fluently, I would say. Um, and I don't mean to sound like I'm tooting my own horn or anything or not being humble about it. I'm just saying like it's even surprising for me to even hear myself say that. But when I'm like I do a lot of habit. You got to think. I've been doing this a long time, so you become habitized. Lately, I've been making my own vocabulary and my own dictionary. So watch for that in 2027 to be released. And it'll be a little pricey because it's Keisha's terms. Just saying. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So let me talk about what, and why, and what's up, and how I'm doing, and all the things, because I'm sure you guys are interested. And if not, hit the X, press the mute, because I'm about to talk about myself. I feel a little bit better doing that now that I've asked most people here. I'm not going to say everybody because I haven't, but and forgive me, no reason or anything, don't feel any type of way. Get over yourself because I love you guys all. You hear me? ALL. New, old, whatever. I am so grateful for everything. Like so much. Like beyond the regular amount. Whatever that may be. I really am because I recognize just deeper than surface. Surface, obvious. Like it's much more to me. Just another important August date is 20th. Angela, you are rocking, girl. I am so happy for you. You're in such a whole different, better place. And I'm going to leave it at that because you know. If you know, you know, right? I'm so happy for you, my friend. You are so deserving of that. And I'm not the judge, but from what I know and what I see and what I know, I'm so happy for you. You are a rock star. Okay, around September the 8th, we will be a great. Hold on, I want to read. Like, y'all probably been read it, already answered, and all the things. But you see how I work? I'm just trying to read mom's that she wrote 20 minutes ago. Not really. Around September the 8th, we will be great grandparent again. That is so cool. A girl to our middle granddaughter slash hubby. 21st, our youngest granddaughter will be getting married. Oh, how fun. Are you going to be able to go and participate? Because that would be even more fun. I'm excited for you. Congratulations. Congratulations to them too. Let's see what Angela said about the coffee. Just another important. Oh, wait, I saw that one. Let's see. Be Sweet is laughing about something, so I'm trying to read above to see what the heck is so doggone funny. Be Sweet, I want to email you. So if I don't, help me. If I don't email you within the next week or two, be sweet, email me and say, hey, this is a reminder email, and then I'm going to remember. It's going to click. So I might need your help. I might remember, but I might not. Because sometimes I forget stuff like that. It's not common. What did Miss Robin say? Friday is my granddaughter's birthday too. See? All the fabulous people. All the fabulous people. We're all surrounded by like groups and groves and droves of stuff. Miss Rose. Valerie, you just exposed yourself, Valerie. Shh. Hey, Jersey. Welcome. Oh, 20. Okay, thanks for filling me in. I thought it was something above. Because right, we really are, Angela. We are truly blessed, like beyond what I think some people really realize. And I'm good with that because I will enforce that like even more so. And I know we're going to have time to talk about stuff. We're going to have time to chit chat and talk about stuff because I still have my sister until the end of this month. That's a long time for us to hang out because the only responsibility that I have, and we tried to alter it some and it just didn't work, which is no problem, is just putting the baby to sleep. That's it. Meaning, make his bottle, give him his bottle, and patting him sometimes. But see, he has double me because my sister is very similar to me. Now, she's not as high pitched and high energy, even though she's only 3 years older than me. But I'm a little bit more amped on that part of that. But he gets double dose. He is so like eating all of this up. Caden is a whole different person now, you guys. Okay. Let me tell you. He is a whole different person. I can't wait to show you a video. He had a fabulous birthday yesterday. We didn't do much. I was trying to go live. And yesterday, I kid you not, I can't make this up, but it's so funny because this was like all of our saying for the whole day. Oh, he's one now. He's one now because I cannot make this up. Yesterday, he slept longer in the morning, 2 whole hours. Why? Because he's one now. He only took one nap yesterday. Why? Because he's one now. That's what we were doing. Um, he ate nachos with us, salsa. Now it was taco sauce. Sorry. It was mild, but still. Salsa, sour cream, meat and cheese, and taco seasoning in the meat, obviously. He's one now. Hello. He's got a car. He'll have his license next week, and he's graduating college next month. So get ready, all you fairy godmothers. All you fairy godmothers, get ready because we're all going to need to go to the graduations and stuff. We all need to like celebrate because he is the market baby. Hello. We all found out. I was pregnant without us even knowing. I'm trying to tell you. And okay, so he's showing out some for my sister. He's been so receptive. This is the first kid I've ever had who is okay with other people. Like seriously. And yes, that's my sister and yes, she looks like him, but that doesn't make babies love you. They just do or don't. They just either want mama or daddy or, however they babies do. Y'all know. You've had babies and you've had grandchildren and all the things. So you know what I'm talking about. But this kid, oh no, he is definitely market baby. Loves people. Loves all the things, just like mama. Um, there's a couple of things, definitely my husband, definite. But he is definitely happy, laughy, center. Like he just stood on like a toy. So we were all like sitting in the living room on the couch watching him. It was like me, my husband, my sister. I'm not sure if my kids, my other boys were there or not, but we were all like watching him play and do things. He takes a toy, turns it upside down in the middle of all of us, because there's a couch right here, there's a couch right here, and there's a chair over here in my living room. And he takes the toy, he puts it upside down, and he stands on it just so that he could be the center of attention on stage. That's what we called it. On stage, of course. I think that sounds a little bit like wink, wink. Because my husband, he's more reclusive, chill, quiet. I mean, how many times have you actually really heard my husband? And I've been on live for 6 years, okay? Good luck in finding many videos where you hear him. But you can go back and hear both of my boys several times. And now Carrie's pretty laid back, and quiet like my husband. My husband's even more than Carrie is. And y'all know the feedback with Carrie if you've been around. And if you haven't, you can go back and see. Camden's more outgoing, but this one, oh no. This one is total everything. Look at me, center of everything. I am. Oh, hoist, yeah. So Posh is talking about, so this kid, remember? Okay, if you don't remember, I'll recollect your memory. And if I'm missing chat, I'm sorry, because sometimes I get too excited and it's hard for me to talk and read and stay focused. Squirrel! Them doggone shiny things get me every time. But anywho, so we have a gallon of distilled water because we have air purifiers. And he walks into the laundry room where it sits, it's on the floor. And I thought he was going to push it over, because that's what most kids do, is they'll push stuff over or knock stuff down or drag stuff, or they don't lift it. This kid was lifting a gallon of distilled water all over the house as if it was just a spool of ribbon. And I'm like, oh my goodness. What the heck is this supernatural kid doing? Let me tell you, he almost has a full mouth of teeth, you guys. I cannot make this up. He is so advanced, he will blow your doggone mind off your head. He blows. Do you know? You don't know. Let me tell you. He is ready to be potty trained. I kid you not. Now, when I say potty trained, let me clarify. Let me clarify. Total full underwear, no. But poo poo and pee pee in the potty, oh, he's ready. I'm just not able physically yet to train him. And he just got a potty yesterday from my husband. That was one of the things that like I wanted or needed or whatever, because I'm on this path of I don't want just random stuff anymore, that I'm not going to use, or extra clothes, or we're good on that. But like for instance, the baby bath, the one that they lay in, he's too big now. So it's time to transition. So those were one of the things that I wanted for him's present, right? Not, not random stuff that we all want to flock to, and clothes and shoes and toys, So anyway, yes, I think once a day, if not more, he will poop and pee in his potty. And I'm going to tell you how I know, because there's a booster seat that he sits that's supposed to, it's white, and it's supposed to sit and strap in a chair, and you buckle the back of the you buckle the back of the buckle to the back of the chair, and then you buckle under. Y'all know what I'm talking about. um and I set it on the counter, so that's how I like feed him sometimes and do the dishes and whatever and cook in the kitchen, and he's able to sit on the counter without hitting his head on the cabinets. And he always says, poop, poop. I said, oh, you gonna poop? And then all of a sudden, let me tell you, this kid is a grunter, okay? You can tell his face looks like a grown man when he poops. My son took a whole video because and sent it to my mom. It was so funny. But he is one of those that and I'm like, "Oh, you're poo-pooing in the potty?" And he goes, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." Okay, he's ready. That means he's ready in my mind. 1 years old, you guys. And if I didn't have the surgery, it would have probably been sooner because he's been doing that. Or I'll say, you going to do potty train? Because there's a potty training video that, I mean, not video, a commercial that comes on for Huggies all the time. The channel he watches Disney Junior a lot. Um, and there's always the Huggy brand, and then they go, yay, the potty train, and it's like this teardrop of a yellow one and a teardrop of the brown one, and it's on the toilet paper, and the mom is like clapping and the dad because the kid's potty trained, but it's for pull-ups or Huggies or something. But anyways, and so he knows that, and when that comes on too, I'll say, oh yay, they potty trained, and he'll go poop poop. So I'll set him on that chair and he will literally go. So I'm like, he's ready, babe, we got to get a toilet. He is ready, like crazy cool. I'm like, and it is so mind-blowing because, do you know, like, in case y'all forgot, let me tell you, they require you to be potty trained before kindergarten. That is 5 years old. This kid just turned 1. I'm telling you. And remember, he came early. Remember, he came 2 days before I was scheduled to be induced. Remember? He's advanced. This kid is like 35, and I told y'all that several times. Whether you heard it or not, I did. Like throughout the market. Mind-blowing stuff. Mind-blowing stuff. He knows, stuff he says. He says, when I give him something, I say, tell mama thank you, and he'll go, hmm. Now my husband laughs because the joke is, my husband and my sister have this joke. Sure, Keisha, quote unquote, every sound is, Dad, take me outside. I said, stop, y'all. Okay, so blah sound means thank you. Of course, to mama it does. And I'm like, no, he really, y'all don't listen. And so it's a joke in my house now because they'll be like, oh, he just made a noise, blah. And that means, Keisha says that means take me to the bathroom. I'm like, stop, y'all. Stop. No, really, he does say stuff. Now, his pronunciation obviously is not clear. I get that. Like, for instance, he says banan instead of banana. But you're looking at a banana, holding a banana and saying banana, and he says banan, and I say, babe, to my husband, I'm like, babe, he just said banana. Bah, ha, ha, that's funny. I didn't hear that. I'm like, because you're too loud. You need to listen better. And so then my sister's like, I believe you. Whatever mom says, that's what he says. And I'm like, whatever, you guys. Y'all get on my nerves teasing me. Like, I know, oh, potty train before preschool. Okay, so they changed it then, Bonnie, because, well, I'm not surprised they would have changed. It's been how long? 17 years. It's been 17 years, so I'm sure they have changed it. But okay, so last time, I stand corrected. Sorry, preschool. But the last kid I had, it was kindergarten. And yes, both of my boys went to preschool. All of my boys are going to go to preschool. It's insane. It's insane. I cannot make this stuff up. It's crazy. And that's just half of the stuff. And finally, he says mama now because everything was dada. And of course, we joked about that for a while. Like, I would always say, no, not dada's mama. You don't say dada. You say dada way too much. And then, of course, my husband's laughing. He's like, no, it's dada everything. I said, we'll tell dada to help. Okay? Tell him that. Hey, Blue Room. Thank you. I'm half back. I'm back live. Yes. So let me tell you about my journey, how I feel. Obviously, I feel good. I have not took any drugs for about 4 or 5 days. Everything is wonderful. Um I went to the doctor, obviously, since the surgery. And if you guys don't know, I had umbilical hernia surgery, by the way. I don't think I ever said that fully a lot of times, if I did at all. I don't remember. Um, and so that's what I had. Um, I got it when I had Camden, went on delivery. I got it then. So I've had this little nodgy, I call it a little, yeah, you can fill in the blank. We're just not going to say that on the internet. But anyways, a little knobby thing. And the doctors have always said, as long as you can push it back in and blah, blah, blah. And sorry, you guys, if you don't like medical talk, just turn it down right now because I'm about to talk about a little bit of stuff, not in detail, great detail. But anyway, as long as you can push it back in, it's fine. And I hated the appearance because there was times where it would poke out and then I would push it back in and it would be fine. It was right, like there's your belly button hole. For me, it was like right above. And maybe that's where it's always supposed to be. I don't know. Like I don't know about other people's and all that thing. I just know what I know. Of course, I only know what I know. But anyway, and so, but then when I had Caden, and if you followed me and you heard my story, I earned that baby. 3 epidural. I was on my third epidural and none of them worked. I basically had that kid natural and I basically had him with just me and my husband in the room. And I was screaming the whole entire time. It was the worst pain I've ever felt. I think I died like 5 times and came to, and I feel like I pushed all my guts out and came back in. It was horrible. It was the worst I've ever felt ever in my entire life, even past this hernia, okay? Because I died then. um, and it made it worse. And the 17 years, when I say bothered me, I mean either kind of reddish or poking out a little bit more or tender to the touch. In those 17 years before Caden, maybe 3 at the most. Since I had Caden, it has been 8 times. So that's what made me go to a surgeon. And well, first I went to my general doctor and I told him, and then he referred me to a general surgeon and so on and so forth. And it wasn't to the point that he said I had to do it now, but because it's been bothering me and blah, 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 and the cards were aligned perfectly and all the things, the sooner the better in my case, because I also found out that I had an episode, quote unquote, of I really should have went to the emergency room. And I didn't know it got strangulated and I didn't know what it was or what it meant. I just knew that my stomach was hurting so bad I could not move. And it felt like a fist was just glued onto my stomach and it was that big, like feeling all around, which is much different than that size feeling. And I was like, "Oh my God, well," and this is after I had Caden, not it wasn't actually it wasn't too long ago. I want to say it was either the end of last year or the beginning of this year. I mean, it wasn't like forever ago. Recent, when you guys have known me. And I don't even know if I shared this story or not. But live. But anyway, and us mamas will neglect our hygiene. And I was like, babe, as bad as it, my husband happened to be off and come in the living room. And I said, I can't even bend to pick up the baby. I can't do anything. Like, I can't move. He was like, I don't know what's wrong. And I said, me neither. I said, but I've got to get my butt in the shower, but I really think I need to go to urgent care. Like, it's that bad. Something's wrong with my stomach. I thought it was my stomach or the hernia. I wasn't sure. Because it was so large and it felt like my whole stomach, I had no clue. But I knew something was wrong and I knew I had to go to the doctor. And so I said, but babe, my butt stinks. I've got to jump in the shower. So, I mean, it hurt to lift my leg. I mean, anything. It buckled me over. Like I could barely do anything. And it was like a level 9, 10, 11, and you can't even have an 11. Um, and, sorry, I'm just reading. a little bit of the chat. And I got in the shower, I prayed. The shower, even the water just hitting my stomach was awful. And all of a sudden, as soon as I got done and I stepped out of the shower, it was like a light switch. No, nothing. No pain. And of course, I was careful because it was hurting, so I, very slowly, and it stopped hurting. And I was like, huh. So I, went a little faster and then put my other leg and started walking. I was like, it just stopped completely. And so I went into the living room still with the towel because he had to tend to the baby. I couldn't do anything. I could barely even walk, breathe, or anything. And I said, babe, and I'm just walking back into the living room, towel still on because it just happened. And I said, I don't know what happened besides me praying, but it doesn't hurt anymore. I don't have to go to the doctor. And he was like, wait, what? Because I was pacing back and forth. I was, not crying, but I was whining, and oh man, I mean, it was that bad. And, for a while, because I thought, well, maybe it was gas trapped, all the things, right? And I was trying to rub it around, way around the hard hurt pain, and hard knot. It was big. Because I could put my whole hand, and I have big hands. They're not like extremely large, but they're not petite hands, obviously. You can see yourself. It's the better to slap you with, my dear. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Hey, Anastasia. So anyway, and he was like, what? I said, I don't know. I said, it's God, and we're just gonna roll with it. Well, when I met with, but I knew I still had to meet with the surgeon. So fast forward. So I met with a surgeon. That happened before the surgeon, by the way, meet. So that happened, a bunch of flare-ups since Caden. I basically took my guts out and put them back in having that kid. Like that, I died. I'm trying to tell you, I died. Um, so anyway, I knew I still had to meet with him, so I did. And when I was sitting down and he was like, oh, you definitely need to address it. It's not to the point of emergency per se. He was like, but the opening itself is pretty large. So, because what happens is your muscles get weak and whatever, and they separate a little bit. And here comes medical talk again. So if you don't like it, mute. But your intestines pops out, and that's what it is in between those walls. And or the whatever. And I could be explaining it a little bit wrong, but it's close. Okay. I might be some wrong, but it's close. Anyways, it popped through. That's what happens with hernia. And so anyways, I knew I needed to get it done. He was like, yeah, I mean, but you need to address it, and it's not going to get any better. And he asked me what I did, gave me the like 5,000 questions about what my job was, asking me, because he was very confused too when I was like, I sell crafts on YouTube live. He was like, wait, what? So anyway, he had a bunch of questions. And then he also knew I had Caden because he could see he was with me at the appointment. And he was like, it's not going to get any better. It's just going to get worse. So you need to take care of it as soon as you can. The sooner, the better. He was like, but just watch for strangulation. And I said, what? And like for me, I knew what strangulation was, strangulate, but I didn't know everything, or I didn't feel like I knew fully what that really, really meant. Just like I learned what strain was. Strain, I didn't know could be as simple as just picking up a water bottle, picking up this. I didn't know that was strain. I knew what strain was, like, ooh, this is heavy, but I didn't know it could be as simple as this. As simple as a bottle of water. I did not know that. So I'm glad that I'm like that person who asks a bunch of questions, because most people just don't tell you stuff like that. They assume right? So I asked him, I said, what exactly does strangulation mean? I get that it twists, and I get that, it cuts off your circulation, but what does that exactly mean? When he told me, he did, hey, Margello. Oh, thank you. Um, when he told me, my eyes got this giant. I said, "Oh," and guess what happened? Immediately, that shower incident that I needed to go to the urgent care, and I say urgent care because it was obviously later at night and I don't want to go to the emergency room. Okay. I avoid going to the emergency room, especially in Alabama. They are not fast at anything here in Alabama. Just saying. Okay. Just know that. Um, okay. So no emergency room if I can help it. But it was in the hours that I could go to the urgent care. So when he told me exactly what strangulation mean, my eyes got wide and I said, "Oh my gosh, I think that's already happened." He said, "You are so lucky." And I said, "No, sir, I'm not lucky. I'm very blessed. I'm just letting you know." He was like, "Okay, whatever." Okay, I just want to let you know though, okay? I'm not lucky. There's no luck here. Okay? I'm very blessed. Um, so anyways, and I was like, "Oh my gosh." So of course I came home from that appointment. I told my husband, I was like, "That was it." And he was like, "I think it was from you stepping in the shower or out of the shower." And I'm thinking, well, I don't believe that. I prayed. That's what I believe. But yeah, whatever happened, guess what? Whatever you want to call it, whatever somebody wants to call it, whatever I want to call it. Oh my gosh. And that just like really hit me. And it scared me because I know what I do. I lift a lot of heavy stuff. Doing this is a workout, period. I get 50, 60 pound boxes all the time, like it's nothing. Um, and all types of stuff. So anyways, I was like, "Oh." So I was waiting on my sister to graduate. I wasn't sure if it was going to be my mom or my sister at first. It was only my mom, as a candidate, but I knew my mom couldn't do what she needed to do because I knew Caden is a handful. Having a baby, and it's not Caden, but I have to speak for Caden because that's my baby. But a baby is a handful and he's everywhere. And you cannot, I said, "Mom, you cannot work. Even if you work at home, you cannot work." And then I am that parent that I don't like him crying a long time. It makes me uneasy. It makes me feel bad. I just don't like it. Um, and because of what I do, I don't have to have my baby crying. So I don't very long. That type of stuff. There's certain things that I just don't like. And I am able to not do those things. Um, so I knew my mom was like, "Well, I'll get off the phone when Kate." I said, "Mom, I'm trying to tell you, but okay," because that was the only candidate at the time. And my husband, he could have helped, but let's face it, you guys, he's not I love my husband, but he would not make me heal right. I'm just saying. He's not going to do what I want him to do. He's not going to do, and neither is everyone else because they're not me, but we can pick better candidates. We can pick better helpers. I'm just saying. Y'all know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. And some men might be just as fabulous as you. Wonderful. But for me, that's not here. So, so I just prayed about it. My sister happened to be able to take her nursing license sooner than what we expected, and everything just aligned perfectly where I was able to have my sister. And I wanted my sister, but I couldn't nominate her because she was busy. And, we were talking about my mom, not her, and that type of thing. Because my mom stepped up, she's the one who offered too. So, and I'm not going to turn down. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, she's not going to be able to trust what I say. And even for me, I lived on ice packs and heat. Having a baby when you're 40s, I'm in my 40s, you guys, have early 40s, but having a baby at this age is not the easiest thing in life. And you don't use the muscles that you need to for a baby. So I stayed for a while on ibuprofen and heat pad to, fix the muscles that I was using. Oh, yeah. let me tell you. And my arms were not strong, baby strong. It's different from what I do every day. You use different muscles. And I'm sure I was like that at the beginning of selling and doing market and whatever. I don't remember, but listen, so I knew, but no one, I mean, you could only do what you can do. And, um, and I also knew that it was going to be no less than 6 weeks. That doctor was not budging. And come to find out, that's the regular time for everybody. But he is to the books, my doctor. And I love that and I'm good with that. That's okay. Because he's not in control anyways, in my mind. God is. So there's that. So I did it, whatever, whatever, and it just worked out beautifully. I'm gonna tell you guys. So everybody knows no one's you. And there's always that percentage. Plus, it's my sister. Yes, we are super, super close. Um, but I also know she's not me. She has no kids. She doesn't live this loud life of chaos. She lived with my mom. She's about to move, yay, into her own apartment, and I'll talk about that soon, maybe. It's kind of cool. Because she's been with my mom, helping my mom. And stuff. My mom's been not needing help, but then my sister went to nursing school and, all the things. Because at first she was doing dialysis with my mom before my mom got a transplant. It was first my brother, and then my brother, like, he needed a break and it was too much and it was getting like too fussy and, that type of stuff. So then my sister came and decided to move with her and helped her with dialysis. Then she had a kidney transplant, and then my sister started working, and then she decided she wanted to go to nursing school, and then she went and graduated, and here we are. So that's how that worked out. But anyway, so there was that. And so this is like total night and day for her. But and so you have this hope, you have this back of your mind percentage of, 5-10%. You know, you got to get over yourself and know that that person is meaning well and doing the best that they can, but they're not you. So there's going to be times where they don't do it right, or, and she has no kids. Um, so, she only knows what she sees and only knows what she's experienced with me and her friends, and that's it. Um, but it's not the same when you actually have to be that caretaker or that new mama. So, there was that percentage in the back of my mind that, and somebody gave me the perfectest suggestion of, well, if you see something that's upsetting you or you think you're like a little bit picky about something, don't be in the room. And I was like, that is brilliant. And I know that seems simple in sounding, but when you're hanging out with your sister and you're hanging around your baby, you're not going to think of that, and then something happens and you're like, gosh, don't do it that way, or don't tell them that. And so giving me that suggestion, I thought was brilliant, because it really didn't cross my mind to leave the room. Because again, me and my sister are close. We hang out and all the things. So, um, and I thought that was brilliant. I am telling you this story to tell you this. She is everything I was hoping and more. I kid you not, you guys. I kid you not. And it is so mind blowing. Now, there's a couple of times where, and I say times, and I say a couple, that it's not a few, and it's not a situation, and it's not a problem that, like, for instance, Kaden was, and I'm going to show you how small it is. This is not even a percentage counted, because this is a few times a situation. It's not the percentage of, oh, stuff's going to happen, get over, that I was just talking about. Like, for instance, Caden was trying to get in this room because I finally was able to go in my craft room, whatever, and we have a clear sliding glass door so you can see in it and out of it. And I had just went in my room and he was banging on the glass trying to come with me, or trying to come in there. And my sister said, "You can't go in there." And at first I was like, well, that's upsetting. And then, so I like, did something in my room or whatever, and I went back out and I said, he can go in there. You just have to help him. So please don't tell him he can't go in there because that's not true. He can. And so, like that, and two other things since she has been here, and that's how small it is. You can't even count that as a percentage. That is a little dot of not even a huge deal. Not even like I cannot believe like this is so God is good. Okay? I am so blessed. We are so blessed. It's overwhelming just to think about everything is just picture perfect. Everything is in alignment. Everything is just wonderful in the sense of what it could be, what it was, what I was thinking, what I hoped to not happen, but had in the back of my mind that it might. And none of that has occurred. None. You guys, I got to whisper. Not that he's here. I'm silly. Even my husband, even my children has stepped up, and when I say not at the same, my sister has been here hundreds of times. Every holiday we are at my house. So we can't say that it's, oh, because he's acting like that because of my sister. No. This ain't no dip. As a matter of fact, this is even a worse situation than when she is around, and it's a better you see what I'm saying? And so it's just been wow. It's just been wow. Um I'm telling you, Duke. Um I don't even know what to say next because I just read Duke's comment, and that kind of stole the words from me. Oh, in a good way. All things are good. Raspy voice. I'm not I don't know how to explain this, but explain it. I don't know how to say it besides say it. So I'm going to say it. Whether you believe it or not, I'm going to say what I know and what I believe. I think it's all transformation for the new me. Whatever that means, I don't know. I have no idea. That part I don't know. Because there's so many things that have changed from me, and through this small window that we have been from the last live to this live has been a small window because we've been braked longer than this time period. How long has it been since the last live? Not very long. We've braked longer than that before. Just saying. For whatever reasons, so much has happened in this window. It's mind blowing. Mind blowing. I have so much to tell you guys and so much I want to share. And all great things. Um, but I really believe the voice thing is something to deal with that. I don't know. I'm thinking it is. I don't really know. But I know that that has changed. I can't get as high octane. Now, you guys who are excited about my loud toning down, guess what? Settle down, okay? Because I can't say it'll last forever. I don't know. They're probably like, good, now she can't be as loud. No, I try, but it doesn't work. And then, of course, I'm not able to laugh the same. Do you know how hard it is, you guys, to not be able to do what you normally do? Have done all your life? Sure, somebody else has been through that. If not once, twice, and if not twice, 10 times. To undo something and to stop doing stuff and to do what you know and you're accustomed to and you've done all your life to not do. Oh yeah, that's been happening. Oh yeah. I can't laugh the same. I cannot laugh the same. I try. It hurts. So I don't, right? The doctor said everything looks good. By the way, I got an appointment and I know I'm jumping all over the place. This is my focus. This is as focused as you're going to get. Um, hey Debs. Debs, I missed you. Stop being a stranger, Debs. I missed you. You know, Debs, I love you. I do like you a lot. You just don't know that, but I'm telling you now. Stop being a stranger. Debs, you bring something when you come. You do. There's a couple of people like that for sure, if not more. But anyways, Debs, stop being a stranger. I know you got stuff happening and whatever, but I missed you, Debs. Thanks for coming. Sharon's a busy schedule too. Sharon, you're in my thoughts, Miss Davis. You are in my thoughts and prayers. Anywho, so there's that. Um, what was I gonna say? My progress. So I went to the doctor. Everything looks perfect. Everything looks good. He said no heavy lifting no sooner than the second week of September. And I'm like, oh my goodness, because you know me. I feel great now. I look good. I don't bleed. I don't appear like something's wrong, but the insides. And so at this point in time, this is the toughest time, right? Because everything that I am restricted is my everyday. No lifting, heavy stuff. Well, that's what I do every day. That's my baby. That's my job. So it sucks because, you know this period where you feel good, whatever. This is why people don't listen. This is why people break stuff again. This is why people have to get stuff done again. But this chick right here, I'm a listener. I am a good patient. I don't do those things. No, no, no. Because I cannot afford to do this again. I cannot afford to wait again. I cannot go through this again. No, I got things to do, places to go, people to see. We gotta have fun. No and no. So I do things right so that I know 100% sure that it ain't me. It ain't me. I'm not the problem. And that's just how I've always rolled. Um, so yeah, so hysterectomy I did hear is very similar, and I did hear what is it? C-section. Those two things I heard are very similar, not exactly, but very similar to knowing how it feels. Um, Let me tell you about my drugs because y'all saw my post. It was so rough. My doctor, I like him, or I wouldn't have kept him because I'm on that level. And, in my life of maturity and knowing I have other options, and, I just want the best for me at this point in my life. So I liked my doctor, but he is not very informative at all. He just is not. He's one of those you have to know the answer. I mean, have to know the question to get an answer. And when you've never been through something and you didn't do a bunch of research, because if I did research, I'd probably talk my doggone self out of it longer. Serious, real talk. So I didn't do much research, especially with something like this, you know. Because I earned my degree from Google. I told my doctor that. He laughed so hard. I said, really, I don't, but it just gives me a baseline of knowing kind of sort of things. But I didn't even do it with stuff like this because to me, major stuff will freak me out. And I know myself. So I don't want to talk myself out of something that I know I need to handle. So I don't do it. Which is prior research to something like this. Now, other things I will just to have some base knowledge, but I don't take it and run with it because I knew it's Google. I mean, serious. But it does give me a great idea and great definition and great whatever. Y'all guys know exactly what the heck I'm talking about because everybody does it. Hello. But it's funny because I like tell my doctor that and he just laughs so hard. I'm like, I know because I earned my degree on Google. Okay. You don't have to tell me this. So anyways, yes, that's exactly right. And I'll talk a little bit about medical if you guys want. It's very interesting. And it's not sickening to me. So it might not be sickening to you. I don't know. To Camden, he's pacing the floor. He's like, "Mom, stop. You can't even talk about the B word." Okay? Like he just gets queasy and weird and whatever. I don't know how or why. I don't know. Something must have happened that I'm not aware of. I don't know. We've always tried to like help this kid get over these things because you have to dissect animals and do all types of stuff. Not him. He already had a talk with a teacher all by himself and said, if we do this, I have to step out. I'm like, what? He told you that all by himself? Like, what? Oh yeah. So anyways, but what was I gonna say? I don't even know. There's so much that I want to say at once, and I can't. So my status. So I can't, I'm at that stage where I'm waiting to be released, but there's no release. So he told me, this is what he said, which is another like, wait, what? So I can't be my full beast mode anymore, at least for a while, maybe forever. I don't know. Which is all okay because let's face it, every day we're not getting any younger. Whether you think that or not, sorry toots, let's face it, you're not. So it kind of works out perfectly anyways because I'm gonna tell you, I go beast mode hard. Okay, hard, hard. But I only do what I know I can do, which is probably the strength and the amount of 4 men. Just saying, and run circles and all the things. Hey, Nana. Oh, I appreciate that. Hey, Marlo. Thank you, Nana. Right? Oh, thank you guys. Hey, Miss Marlo. Welcome you two and everyone else. So, he said no earlier of lifting nothing of weight until the second week of September. I'm going to listen and do my best. I do got to talk about my sister is only able because she does start her new job. She had to give him a theoretical time. By the way, she just finished nursing school, just graduated. She's been applying all types of places, and Asheville, North Carolina, or is it South Carolina? Anyways, Asheville, ASHE. Because I'm a country girl and it's hard to understand what that girl said. She got a job as a nurse in Asheville and got an apartment, and all she is waiting on me, my healing. But she had to give them a theoretical timeline of when she can start and when she's able to move in, and this was done prior to my actual set date of surgery. So her guess was off, obviously, and she's only able to stay to the end of this month. What am I going to do? I don't worry. I pray. I don't worry about that. I have no idea. Hubby, maybe, but I don't know. I have no idea. Zero. I don't want to worry about it. I have no idea. Back to doctor. He said no earlier than 2 weeks, the second week of September, will you even be released at all. So forget about it. And then he said, even a couple of weeks after that, if you feel, and it could be all the way from a couple of weeks to 5 years down the road to 10 years down the road to whatever, if you feel anything, discomfort, tingle, hurt, anything at all, a fling, a ping, a poke, put it down. Stop. Because your body naturally, especially with intestines, wants to separate, wants to shut down. And that is a particular organ that will do those things naturally. And they binded it with mesh. So it's not in its original state, obviously, and they just naturally do that. I didn't know that. That was pretty cool, I thought. At the same time, not cool, but that's a very interesting fact that I had no clue about. And so he said it can be 5 years down the road, it can be 2 weeks after, 10 weeks after, 10 years after. And it can just all of a sudden just crick or hurt or whatever. He said, stop, put it down. He said, and I wouldn't go full routine. He said, as a matter of fact, I don't even think you can go back to full routine because you can reopen this. And I'm like, wait, what? In the name of Jesus, I don't. No, the devil is a lie. No, sir. No, no, no. You're wrong. But that just lets you guys know and lets me know you just gotta watch it. You gotta be careful. And so that also tells me I can't be my full beast mode. Because I'm telling you, I will pick up 3 refrigerators and look at you in your face and say, I got this while I'm straining and struggling. But guess what? I pick it up. But guess what? I really do got it. But I will be beast mode and struggle just to get it, just to do it. I know. And I appreciate that. I know that. Like there are people that I know 110%. And I appreciate that. You are the bestest. The bestest. I'm reading the chat. Sorry, you guys. I have to tell you what I'm doing because you can't see me. So you don't know. And then all of a sudden I get quiet. That's what happens. Anytime I pause oddly or get quiet, that's what I'm doing, is reading. I've got more to tell you guys. It's okay. So Angela knows. Girl, we got to talk. You got to put me on game and tell me because it is hard. It is hard not to laugh, Keisha. It is hard not to want to help. I am a helper. Okay. I just am. I will help you mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially. If I can, I will try. I will. And I will put myself and anything I have planned aside to help people. Like that is my MO for sure. And I don't even have to know you. I don't even care to know you. I will help you. I am that person. Until you screw me or be crazy or stupid, well then I can't help you. I can't help you. You can't even help yourself. I can't help you. In that way I can't. I'm done. You know. No, yes. Angela, we've got to talk. You're hitting all of these dots. You're crossing all of these T's. And what else is the saying? You're hitting the nail on the head. Is that right? I don't know all of y'all saying. I say y'all because y'all know more sayings than I've ever heard a day in my life. I don't talk like that. I have my own parables and my own sayings. I don't know the normal sayings. And then I'll screw it up if I do know. Right. And see, and that's, a thing, let's spiritually speak. Doormat. I have heard that a lot lately. Being somebody's footstool. Doormat. It's okay to be nice. I'm learning this. But I am that person that will take it above the extravagance and be now overly. And when you become past the so helping is one thing, being kind is another. Here's my stages. Mentally, this is how I'm seeing it. And this is how I view it. So here's helping. Here is extra help. Here is extravagant help. And here is overly, off the top, off the chart. I'm that overly. To a certain degree, I do have boundaries and I do have rules and things and blah, 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 blah. And those who haven't got that part or don't see that part, well, sorry. I don't know what to tell you. But I am that person. And I know that. And that is dangerous. That is not good. No matter how. And I didn't know that. I really didn't. I was creating problem for me. I was creating my own sorrow. I was creating my own upsetness. Because at that level, when you have not many people who say thank you, even though you don't need it, you guys know what the heck I'm saying. Even though you don't need it and you're good with it, you still want to hear it sometime. And yes, there are certain times and certain peoples and emails and things, but you guys know what the heck I'm saying. I know you know. And it's on a whole different level. And then you start creating what you don't realize expectations. And you don't realize it because I was okay with not hearing a thank you. I was good with that. And I still would do it. I still would get pooped on. I still would get all of these things as if nothing ever happened, as if that really didn't occur. Like they really didn't slam the door in my face, even though I know they did. The next morning, the next day, the next hour, sometimes the next minute, I would turn around and still help that person. Or I would, and be overly with it, not just, and I can give you several examples of that level, that over level. And that is what God doesn't want us to be anyone's footstool. God doesn't want to be anybody's doormat. And, and then all other things. And yeah, and it was hard for me to say no to a lot of things because I was able. And if I'm able because I'm a helper, I'm going to do it. And even though I know I shouldn't have, and even though I had other things, I would try. Oh, I would try and try very hard. And most of the time, I was successful at it. And that's not good. Not good. Not good. Not good at all. You know? And so, this period, this time has been so eye-opening. I have had so many confirmations. I've had so many messages of of confirmation and knowing what I'm doing and what I'm going to do and what's about to happen is right where I'm supposed to be at. And having this break, if you will, has been nothing but very eye-opening, very awesome, and I have learned so much. I have been told so much every single day. It's more. And if it ain't one time, it's 20 times. And I'm like, wow, whoa, whoa. You know, um, I can't wait to share. I just want to tell everybody everything, but I can't. I'm not allowed to do that. And plus we don't have time for all that. We'll be here until next month. And I don't have time for that. So there's that. Um, right. That's right. You guys. Anyway, um, let me check my phone because I just heard a message. It's Carrie. Oh, he's asking me how my day has been. Oh, see, stuff like that. Now, my boys are awesome. Don't get me wrong. But there's a lot of stuff you guys don't know. There's a lot of stuff that you guys probably could guess, and there's probably stuff you guys do know. I do go live. My life is on live. So you at least know what you know, but there's much more than that. And yes, I have amazing children, but Carrie has not been the best. And so uh um not too bad or too serious or anything. It's all the normal whatevers. But for me in my life, that's disruptive. That's not okay. That's hard, and we'll talk about all that stuff. Don't worry. But so that was very sweet of him. I'm gonna tell you guys something else in just one second. Let me message him. I can't do all the things. So hold please. I gotta message him or I'm gonna be saying stuff that I'm talking about, not answering him. He's gonna be like, what is your message? Sorry, I'm on live. I forgot. Um, you guys, I'm so happy for everyone and us, and I'm glad to just hang out. I am. All right. Thanks for letting me know. Okay. I'm not a good texter either, surprisingly. I take forever in texting. Posh can text me. Posh is a fast texter. There's other people that are fast, but I talk to Posh a lot via text. And vice versa. And she'll like tell me like 10 things before I can even get one answer. I am very slow at it, and I suck at it, and I'm okay with that. But I'm just saying. The whole time I told you, hold on one second. All I said was, thanks for asking. I'm good. Oh no, I said I'm good. Thanks for asking. Thanks for letting me know. Because he told me where he was going and how was I. I suck at it. That's okay. I don't care about my phone. For real. I'm not tech savvy like that. So, how I feel. So, I feel great. He said, my doctor said, back to that. I know I'm flipping everywhere. That's what happens when I get so excited, too. Plus, squirrels are real in me. I'm not telling you anything you guys don't know. I'm just saying it now in words, which is funny. Anyway, health wise, everything's good. I start doing light duties. Yesterday was the first time that my sister said, why don't you just slowly, now if it hurts, stop, but try slowly just bending down to picking up something. I said, sis, I'm nervous. She said, just go slow. And if it hurts, stop. But you need to start resuming to light activities and things, which I am to a certain degree, but there are nervous things. I would get a little panicked, a little, like making sure I poo. That was real at first. And we'll talk about my medicine too, by the way, about that post, because my doctor. Anyway, I get it now and I understand now, but in the time was not to know, and it was not the right timing to find out either, because I was in immense pain. Immense. Anyway, so, and if I'm missing you guys' chats, forgive me, because I'm already all over the place now. You're never going to get the answers if I don't focus more. Oh, the thyroid is real. Let me tell you. Thyroid will get your brains off of kilter forever. Plus, that's just me. Okay? I was born like this. Anyway, doctor. So he said, lightly incorporate small duties, absolutely no lifting, baby, absolutely no lifting weight. And if it's hard and tough, stop. If it hurts, pings, dings, pokes, stop. Anything, stop. So, there'll be time like yesterday, I finally bent down very slowly and it was good. I still cannot lay on my right side at all. That is off limits. I finally was able to lay on my left side. I am a side sleeper, so laying on my back was terrible. I didn't sleep good. The drugs that they give me, we'll talk about that in a minute, was terrible. It's like having freaking candy for me and my tolerance. I'm just saying. And I get why now, but yeah. So anyway, and for a surgery like this, I was very shocked. Even my sister was very shocked. And other people that I talked to. Like, you got that? I'm like, yeah, girl. That's why I called the very next day. Like, what is this garbage? This ain't, no. I take more than this for a headache. Like, dude, this ain't gonna work. And I was already third day in when he finally told me what I could take with my pain meds. And once I did that, it was like magic. When those two worked hand in hand, I'll tell you what he gave me, by the way. Lortab 7.5. Okay. For me, that's garbage. It did not even barely take the ease off of it. I only took one and it did nothing. So when I called the doctor, third day in, here I am. Because the first day I was on anesthesia, you can't count that. I was on drugs from the surgery. It was an outpatient surgery. I went home the same day, blah, blah, blah. But that whole day, I was good. I was on anesthesia and drugs from them. The next day wasn't as bad. I mean, it was discomfort, pain, but I slept a lot too. That third day is when I called the doctor, and I had took my Lortab that third day, was with this first day for me, and it didn't even barely take the ease off. So I called him and told him, "What is this garbage?" I didn't say it like that, obviously. And he was like, "I'm not giving you anything stronger." And I'm like, "What? Excuse me? Wait, I'm not an addict. I haven't had surgery. Like, what?" Because that's the first thing I'm thinking of. Like, it was like a hard no. And I'm like, what the heck? Because I've never even had that. I've never experienced that. I've never been told that. Anytime that I've ever called, which has not been many, because I don't take a bunch of drugs. Um, when I have a headache, I take a half of a Tylenol or a half of an ibuprofen, and it works for me. So I didn't need a bunch of crap, but when I do have surgeries and stuff, I don't get prescribed Lortabs. That was like 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 15, okay? I don't get that. They didn't give me that. Um, for something so major, it was like, what the heck is this garbage? So when I called him, he was like, "How many have you took?" I said, "One. That's why I'm calling you, because it didn't even ease the pain." He said, "Well, first of all, I'm not giving you any more until you take it regularly. You're not even taking it regularly to know if it's working." And I'm like, you do have a point here. I didn't say that, but I was thinking that. And I said, "Okay." And he said, "And by the way, you can take up to 800 milligrams. I would suggest 6 to 7. I mean, sorry, it doesn't come in 7. 600 to 800 milligrams of ibuprofen." And I said, "Oh, well, I didn't know. I mean, I don't know until you tell me. I've never had this." My sister didn't know what to suggest and say. She is a nurse, but she's not my doctor. She doesn't know what he said and what, because she didn't come to my appointment with me, so she doesn't know stuff. She was hearing him on, because I had him on speakerphone. She heard what he said, and of course she was rolling her eyes, because of course he could have gave it to me, so we thought. And when he told me that, and I took both of those like I was supposed to, every 4 to 6 hours or whatever. I did listen to the bottle at first, because I said, "Okay, well, fair enough. Let me just read the bottle and let me do it according to the bottle before I increase it." Because let's face it, if we're all in pain, we're in pain, right? And take ibuprofen. So I listened to the bottle and I took every 6 hours, I think it said. Trying to remember. And ibuprofen, it was like magic. Now, I always had a burning feel, and I always had discomfort. That never has went away until I started getting better. I don't have it today. There's certain things that I will do, like reach up, straight up on my right side, sitting from straight up to straight, sitting from, I'm sorry, laying down to sitting straight up. I can't do any of those things yet. Um, those are things that hurt me. Those are things that my body's saying, "Rawr," because that's how I say it to my family. It's angry. It's growling at me. "Rawr." um, those I know I can't do yet. But having those two was like magic. It really worked for me, and I took 600, not 800. Because again, I used to take half of an ibuprofen or half of a Tylenol, and it was good for my headache, surprisingly. But when I have surgeries, and and I've had a lot of things done, whether they've been cosmetic or medically, and I've never been in many, many years prescribed stuff like that, and it's never helped. Um, so that was great, because that's when I put my post up, was that third day, I believe, or fourth day, because those 2 days were like horrible. And if you count, you're not supposed to count the first day, because again, you're on anesthesia and all their drugs, all the good drugs. Um, so there's that. So yeah, so the progress is great. I don't have steri strips that I see. My stomach looks regular. I don't have the little knobby thing. I've had that sucker for 17 years, you guys. So looking at my stomach now, I'm like, oh my God, I have a regular stomach now. That's pretty cool. Because that was like a second, ugh, thing. I didn't like it. I hated it. Hated it. I mean, it was to the point too where like you could see it with a t-shirt at times when I'm full. Oh, that's another thing. I have to watch how I eat and how I laugh and how I talk. All of those things are hurting. They make it discomforting. I'm not going to say true pain. I haven't felt that, amen. For a few days at least, that I recollect. So awesome for that, but it's like it's discomforting. Rawr. I don't know how else to say it, but that's just what I say because that's my term, my explanation. Haven't took ibuprofen. I stopped both, like probably I want to say a week ago, but that seems too long. I don't know. 4 days, 5 days, I don't know. Maybe it was a week. It's been a while, long while since I haven't had any ibuprofen. No, Lord have no nothing. Um, and oh, by the way, so about the doctor, we just guessed. He didn't say, but we just guessed, me and my sister. And then I got confirmation from talking with someone else over the phone. She said the exact same thing, and it was Sweet Faces, actually. Um, where I think it was Sweet Faces. Said, well, they don't want to give you too much drugs because then you'll overdo it. And I'm like, bingo. You're right. And especially for me, and maybe it was just me because he asked me so many doggone questions. I don't know. But that makes so much sense. Because you guys, if I was on the right drugs where I was sleeping or if I was really high, I would overdo it. That's me. That's what I do. Even though I'm listening, if I can't feel it and I'm being told to try little things, I'm going to try little things and I'm going to try it and I'm going to try it until ow. And then I'm going to stop. But that, when you're on drugs, that's overdoing it. So I'm guessing, and somebody else, like I said on the phone, checked that box of confirmation for me. Because I talked to them after. And to me, that's a message for me. Um, so that's what our guess is, which makes a lot of sense. And he would be in trouble too if he had to redo it again. And I also heard that the doctor, if he has to redo something, he doesn't have to, like, I don't have to pay. I don't know if that's 100% true, but I did hear that. Somebody told me that on the phone, chit chatting. One of y'all, one of y'all. I don't know who it was. But anyway, so yeah. Oh, sneezing is another thing. I just saw coughing. Coughing. Oh my God, you guys, I thought I was gonna die. I tried. I got a dry hair or something or feather tickle and I started coughing. My sister ran because he said to get a pillow and hold it as tight as you can when you're coughing, or sneezing or whatever. And the paper, the release paper says all of that stuff too. Um, so my sister runs because I try to like hold my stomach as best. And I have a, um, what is it called? An elastic band, that I wear. It's almost like a waist trainer, but it's not a waist trainer. It's just an elastic stomach band or whatever the heck you call it, wrap. Um, and I was holding it in as much as I could because I started coughing and oh my God, let me tell you, it almost put me on my knees. It put me in tears for sure. Naturally tears. They just flew down my face. I'm like, oh dear heavens. It hurt. And she ran and got a pillow and I held the pillow. Well, it wasn't enough. So I leaned against the back of a chair with the pillow. And that seemed to put a lot of pressure, which helped. But it still hurt like nobody's business. Thank gosh I haven't coughed too much since then. My little That's okay. Overeating, that's another thing, like becoming full. We eat, I don't overeat, but uh I got to be careful with how full I get. When I get full, I have to stop before I get full because then it brings discomfort. I'm not going to say my point is pain right now. It's just discomforting. It's angry. It's rawr. So sneezing, that's another tough one. That I only did once, but of course I like didn't sneeze fully. I kind of stopped and blocked that. I couldn't stop and block the dry feather tickle in my throat. I tried to drink water in between. It didn't help. It was like a whole pocket of dry. I don't even know where or why. Um uh Angela's kind of helping me remember all of these things that are like my trigger points. Just got to be careful. I haven't tried to pick up the baby at all. He did say, if you feel comfortable, and I wouldn't rush and I wouldn't recommend, and only you know you, but when and if you do feel comfortable, you can try for someone to hand you the baby. And I said, sir, I said, I appreciate that. I said, but honestly, I don't think it's that serious. My baby and I are okay. Yes, I have withdrawals. Yes, I'm super sad. Yes, it's super tough, but I know this won't last forever. And I feel like it'll be fine. I feel like it'll be okay. I do get a lot of kisses. My sister will hold him up really close to me. We watch his legs and his arms because he's Mr. Swiper and Mr. Kicker everywhere and whatever. And my sister did suggest if you wanted to hold a pillow to block your stomach when you do kiss them, that's a suggestion. I haven't had to do that, because I tuck myself in. I kind of stand like this. You're supposed to stand like this. I kind of stand like that so that my stomach is concaved, if you will, so he doesn't swipe or sorry. If he doesn't swipe or kick it, so I protect myself. But as far as like holding him, he sits on the counter. My sister will put him in that chair that I was talking about, and I can kind of hug him then and stuff. But as far as like holding him, I don't, I think I just need to wait. I'm getting too nervous and anxious about it. So I don't want to yet. Um, it's not that serious. This boy's like 30 some pounds, I'm sure. He'll be having 1 year coming up soon. His appointment is the 13th or 14th. I don't know. Yes, Angela. And I've learned that like as I got older for sure. But this is all like everything is just so new to me. Also, you guys know and heard I recently had a stent put in, a venous stent in my leg. It was actually put in my groin, but it was for my leg. I had poor circulation and whatever. So I recently had a venous stent, and I have this card that I have to carry everywhere now, and I have to give it to medical. That's also new and different for me now because I have the mesh. I have to also tell them about that. So what I thought about was just writing that I have mesh on my stent card so that then when they look at it, because it's all new to me, you guys, and it's hard to remember these things that is new to you, but I have to tell them for the rest of my life, right? Um, anyway, so I thought about just to write it on the card somewhere, like has mesh or whatever. I forget what I'm supposed to put, but anyways, because I can't think right now. Um, uh, so I thought about to write it on the card. So when they read the card or have the card, they can see that as well. And they'll be like, oh, yeah. Because I don't have a card for that. I didn't even know I had to tell the people until my doctor finally was like, oh, yeah. Okay, sir. I do like him, but he's not very informational voluntarily. Okay? He's just not. Right, exactly. So let me show you guys. Moving on. What's on my desk? A hot mess. I thought I was gonna craft and stuff, but I got too fidgety and focused and too anxious I couldn't. It's not really craft, sorry. This is kits, quote unquote, that I'm doing, and I've decided that the Snapdragon stuff is consuming for me right now. So I don't think we're going to do that anymore. But, and sorry if I busted your bubble or whatever, or, whatever. I just think right now is not good. And I didn't really like it. And I don't mind trying it again, but I don't want to do that anymore. But I know you guys like stuff and kits and all the matchy things. And so I don't mind doing those. Um, and when I feel like it and when I'm able to, I'll do that. And so that's what's on my desk. This was already like set aside for that next Snapdragon pack. I'm not opposed to redoing it again or whatever, but things have changed. Things are different. The first time was okay, but I don't know. I told you guys this at the very beginning of all of this stuff. So I was already on the fence. So yeah, we're just going to do kits when I'm able to and randomly want to and, all the things. So obviously it's purple related. That will be coming soon. Let's see. Oh, let me show you guys some pictures. I'll show you a little video if I'm able to show you about baby, about Mr. Man. He is so grown now. He is. I know. Well, thank you. And I think some might be mystery. That's fun because we used to do that. We had like mystery boxes or mystery kits or whatever. And I would tell you guys the theme. I would say the color is purple, but I wouldn't show you what was in it because it's mystery. Or I'd be like, it's a vintage box where it has vintage ephemera. And people would buy the mystery boxes. Well, I'm going to do little kits and whatever else I feel like and able to and whatever. Um, so yeah, so that's that. Price and details and all that stuff to be continued. I have no idea. This one will probably be $10, like the other ones, the Snapdragon, because this did originate from and was set aside for the next one. So I already had all the stuff set aside and ready to go, meaning like to pick the stuff, just not actually put it together. But since we're not doing that, it will be a little kit. So there's that. So this is the truck he got. He's in love with Mickey Mouse and Bluey. He loves this thing. Okay, you guys. I did not know. Okay, so I don't have any friends yet that have small children yet. I just met a recent girl who used to work with Carrie at the UPS store. You guys know he used to work at the UPS store. You probably didn't even know he didn't work at the UPS store. He's in the middle of trying a new job, but the UPS store is allowing him to just test it and see if it works out and see if he likes it. Isn't that awesome? The owner of this UPS store is in love with Carrie. And he's giving him grace and time to test out this new job that he wanted to venture on. And if he doesn't like it, he can go back to the UPS store. Well, there's this pregnant girl who got pregnant. Wow, unexpectedly. And she also found out she was pregnant 3 months along. And her youngest is 15. Hello. And she used to be friends, and I say used to be, in a light way, obviously, because Carrie's not there currently yet working every day at the UPS store, but she's there. And they were like this. Well, one day, not too long ago, he was like, Mom, I have a friend named Nicole, blah, blah, blah. She works at the UPS store. She's super awesome, but she's having a boy too. And she's kind of like you, where it's been a while. And blah, blah. So anyways, he gave me her number to give her the stuff that I don't need or use anymore. So it's temporary, of me not knowing other people as of now. Because remember, that wasn't my life, at one point. And so anyway, so evidently this truck is like a very popular item right now. It is mind blowing. I just randomly thought about the little tykes. I'm going to show you guys because what I'm talking about. The little tykes car because he likes a car. He likes to ride on this little push car. But this sucker is about this big, and twice to and from my living room, back and forth twice. When I stand up, oh, my back is sore. Oh, we can't do that a lot. So I thought about this car that you can stand up and push the kid. Okay. This is the old school car that I'm talking about that you guys have seen. So I thought about this car. So when I was looking up this car, a bunch of options came up and I was like, oh, wow, they have different versions. Because remember, I've been out of the game, right? So they have different versions of this car when you Google it. And I was like, oh, wow, they have upgraded. Well, that's cool. Well, I saw that truck and I was like, ooh, that truck is super cool. And my husband recently got a truck and I thought, oh, that'd be a little junior truck, just like daddy, And sorry, I'm not reading chat, but I do see Posh saying, oh no, Tina. Anyway, so I was like, ooh, the truck version. And then they have a lock on the door now. Oh, they got all the things now. Okay. They have a little handle. Let me zoom in on this truck. Okay. Let me tell you. They have a little handle that parents can push. They have a little thingy on the top where it concaves so you can put your cell phone or whatever. The little truck has a little tailgate. They also have a gas cap, and they have a little gas tank that you can buy that hooks up to it with the hose. I'm like, what? So we had to get the truck for Caden. Um, and then the horn is like a squeaker. They do have other ones where it plays even the doggone radio. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, wow. So evidently this truck is like freaking Miss Rachel right now. I randomly selected. I had no clue that I randomly picked a very, very popular item. It was sold out from my mom who lives in New Orleans all the way to me where I live in Alabama. Sold out all in between, all distance, .coms and everything. And I was like, "Oh my gosh." And then it also shows you that how many was sold in the last day or two, and it said 100 plus, and I'm like, "Oh my." She's like, "Keisha, what in the world did you pick?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Evidently something that is popular. I have no freaking clue, mom." It just happened to be. Well, she finally, and that is dark blue. That one that I showed you, like on the .com, is dark blue. And the reason why I picked the dark blue, they have a dark blue truck and they have a black truck. The reason why I picked the dark blue one is because it was $20 cheaper. And to me, color don't matter. Like, really, unless it's pink or purple, But between the dark blue and the black, I didn't care. And for $20 cheaper, my mom asked me what things, could I get Caden? And so, like I said, I only had a couple of things. Yes, a couple were toys, but I didn't want all the toys, that I wanted certain ones. So, anyways, it was sold out everywhere. So then she was like, Keisha, I found a black one, and there's only one. I kid you not, you guys. This was yesterday. Sorry, the day before yesterday, one day before his birthday. And my mom said, I just Googled it again and a black one popped up and it was at the Target by my house. And I said, what? I said, in pickup today? I can't make this story up. And she was like, yeah, I mean, I looked everywhere. You Googled, I Googled, nothing came up. It was all sold out, not available, notify me when it becomes. And I was like, Mom, you don't have to get it tomorrow. Like, Caden doesn't know. It doesn't matter. We can just wait till later and order it whenever and it'll come back in stock. She was like, no, he needs to open something from Granny on his birthday. That's my mom. And I was like, okay, Mom. Well, you can get just some random. She was like, no, I'm going to get that. And that is meant for you. She was like, as a matter of fact, I've already bought it. And you're going to pick it up in a couple of hours. I was like, wait, what? Well, thank you, Mom. And it wasn't that she couldn't, and I knew that she couldn't, or that I couldn't, or anything like that. But I didn't think it was a big deal to do that. And she was like, no, we need to get it or you won't have one. And so that was really cool and nice. And I'm like, wow. See, yeah, for sure, Jan. Come to find out, my niece, yeah, I think that would be my niece. My niece is my husband's niece. How do you say that? Anyways, my niece, she just bought one for her 3-year-old, the exact same truck. Because when we took a picture of his birthday, we sent it to family. And she was like, oh my God, I just got that for David, which that's his name. And my husband was like, really? Now she lives in Florida, but she lives like at the very, very tip of Florida. And ain't nobody traveling no 20 doggone hours to get this doggone truck. So of course we didn't search that. But we did the .coms and nothing pulled up. But I guess they don't search pickup areas. I don't know. They only put your area if you pick up. So we tried a bunch of zip codes. We still couldn't find it, but that black one won by my house. Crazy cool. So he got to open his truck and got to see his truck. We do have video. Let me show you another picture. He's so older now. Oh my gosh. Look. um, Let me see if I can pull up the video. Here's him and my sister. He loves Mickey Mouse and Bluey. Those two things loves. He says blue, blue. He knows blue. He says blue. Awesome. I'm trying to find the video. I think my husband took it and sent it to me with his first reaction, because we had to get his first reaction when he came out from his second nap, because we gave him, so his first nap, we did before his first nap, like he woke up in the morning, blah blah blah, we said it was your birthday. He even knows how to do this. How old are you? We say 1 and he'll do this with his finger. I'm trying to tell you, this kid is like going on 48. Okay, insane. He blows your mind. And I'm not just saying that to say that. I'm telling you. He even blows my doggone mind. It's almost crazy. It's like, what? This kid is crazy. Um, what was I saying? So, anyways, my mom wanted to get, so the first nap, sorry, he woke up that morning. We said it was his birthday, how old you are, blah, 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 blah. We all put on party hats and sung. Then by that time, because remember, at the beginning of this live, I told you he slept 2 hours later. Everything was off on his birthday yesterday. Okay, because he was 1. That's what we say, because he was 1. And so it kind of threw a bunch of stuff off because he slept till 10:30 a.m. It was crazy. It was cool, but it was crazy. So we sung, and then by that time he ate something and played a little, and he got cranky and was ready for his second nap, which was the last nap before bedtime. And he usually takes like 2 or 3 naps, you guys. Usually. Um, and when he woke up the next time, we set up all the presents. My sister was changing him, and me and my husband, well, not really me. I was dictating and pointing and telling them what to do. I was the director. They needed a director. But my husband and my son was setting up all the presents, and my mom wanted to see his first reaction. And let me tell you, you can see his face light up. That was the very best. It is captured, and you can tell. At first, he was looking like, what the heck? And then all of a sudden, you see light up. It's the most bestest thing I have ever seen. Here's him with a party hat in Camden. That was yesterday. Look at him. He loves Bluey, so I got him one. See, because I knew it was going to be different because I'm not fully healed. So, and plus he's little, you guys. I am not that parent that's got to have all the choo-choo trains and all that. I've did that. I've been there, done that. I've grew from that. You know, really it's not for the kid, it's for the parent. You know, at this age. So I was okay with as long as he had a smash cake, as long as he had presents, as long as we sung and he had love around him and party hats and one balloon, I was good. Because we got to still do the motion so that he can know what a birthday is and know all of the things. Because when he does know, it'll click. He'll recognize. So we had to do those things. So anyways, here's another picture. He's saying, hey. Hey. Um, let's see. Trying to find the video. I don't even know if I have it. I think I have it. I don't know. I know we sent it to my mom. My husband took it. He's like, what in the world is happening? He also, what is very crazy is he wears his party hat. He doesn't tug it, and I don't put ball caps on him or anything. It's not that I don't want to or do. It's just I don't. Or any hats or anything. This was his first hat, I think. Maybe a second, because I think actually I put a ball cap on him one day when he had his walker outside and it was sunny and I didn't want him to get burned. I think so. I think he had a hat on. He had something on his head. I know that. Because I was thinking this baby's going to be burned in like 2 seconds. Especially here. Um, But he didn't touch it. He didn't mess with it. He didn't care. He wore it like a rock star, like it was nothing on his head, which that was surprising to me because I thought he was going to. I mean, every baby I've seen doesn't like stuff like that. No, he's 34. He's 34. Okay. He likes all of those things. Okay. Tomorrow he's going to have a wallet in his pocket and a watch. Okay. Because that's him. I don't even think I have the video, you guys. Aw. That's sucky. That's sucky sucky. Here is me, him, and Camden. See how me and my sister look so much alike? I just have darker hair, which is really crazy to all of us. Ever since, I don't know, I'm trying to think. Ever since 10 years ago, my hair started getting darker, like dark. And my sister does have a lot more gray. She's only 3 years older than me. But she has a lot more grays than I do too, which is really crazy. But over the years, even my mom has commented, you dyed your hair. And I'm like, no, I have no idea. And ever since I had Caden too, it seemed like it got like 2 shades darker. I have no idea. Oh, thanks. It's not the best, but thanks. um, yeah. Well, thanks. So there's that. I don't have the video, you guys. I'll have to show you next time or when I go next live. Because my husband took it and I thought I sent it to myself, but I must have just only sent it to my mama. Now I know my brother called me today and was like, Keisha, I'm sorry. I forgot your son's birthday. It was yesterday, wasn't it? I'm like, listen, I get it. This is all new for us. It's okay. My sister's birthday is in August, but it's at the end of August. That's the only person in our family that's August. This kid is new. It's very, so I told my brother, I said, you know what? I told mom this because my dad hasn't even called. So I get it. I understand. No worries. It almost got me. A week before it was his birthday. If somebody wouldn't have told me, it wouldn't have just clicked. It's all brand new for us. Plus, he's special. Okay, he's on his own day and his own. So, anyways, I told my mom's birthday is July 20th, and I said, well, if we remember right after my mama's is Caden's, by the time it really is on August 5th, we'll get it right on head. We'll get it spot on, because it'll give us days to forget and then days to remember, and then boom, it'll be his birthday, and we'll remember every time. Perfect. I said, so start just thinking about it in July after mom's. I get it. I understand. No worries. It's okay. So yeah, of course he's like, I felt bad. I'm like, listen, it's fine. The kid is 1. He doesn't even know you. He's never even seen my brother yet. Because my brother lives in Nashville and he's doing his own thing and, doesn't financially is not able to come and whatever yet. You know, of course, we're trying on Christmas holidays, theoretically thinking and speaking, but I get it. That's fine. He was like, I know, but I was like, okay, well, then you suck. You want to hear that then? Fine. You suck. You feel better now? Because, saying fine wasn't good enough. He still felt, so I was like, so, and then we laughed about it. Um, so yeah, I think like, I know, right? I do live the ish life. I love it. Because I'm not in this like square. I feel like not living like that is like boxing you. And I'm not a good boxer. I'm a good surgeon, but I'm not a good person to be in a box. Okay? I will beat the box up, cut the box, trap the box and me, we're not going to be friends. So, yeah. He is a Leo. Yes. I don't personally believe all of that stuff, but yes, he definitely is a Leo. Like wholeheartedly live and breathe and eat that stuff. I just don't. But I don't like, you know, believe totally like no against whatever and whatever. If you guys know what I'm saying, okay? But yeah, he had a great time. We had a great time. It was wonderful. You could tell he knew. I wish I could show you the video. Dang it. I didn't realize I didn't send it to myself. So, it's hard to not do anything. I'm going to tell you. To watch other people do what I do or to be in my shoes and not, how many times my husband tried to give me the baby? 100. So, and then, and I say 100, obviously it's a lot. Not thinking, just naturally doing stuff. And then I already knew this. My family has always been, because I've been a weightlifter, I've been a helper, I've been beast mode. And so when you look fine and when you seem fine and when you are not bleeding and you're walking around, you should be okay. So it's out of sight, out of mind. And I'm not a bed layer and a moper and all those things. I want to do up and get stuff. I want to do, I want to heal and listen. I do listen. I don't overextend, but I don't milk it. I don't stretch it. I don't embrace it. That's the real word. I don't embrace it. Um, that just word just popped in my head. Um, so I'm embracing, but it's just so hard to just because there's times where, like for instance, and my family has been wonderful, you guys, like extra wonderful. Um, and that's a surprising because before this, you guys have been on live. They haven't been extra wonderful. They've been okay. They haven't been extra wonderful. That's the truth. That's real. That's behind the scenes. And if you couldn't see them in front of the scenes, because it's evident, I have the baby 24/7 with abled bodies. Yes, my husband sometimes. Yes, my son sometimes, and whatever. But let's face it, real is real. And they didn't help a bunch. They used to. I don't know what happened. But anywho, it's getting better. It will be better. And it's a whole new level. It's a whole different dimension, you guys. Um, and these things had to happen in order for me to change. And I know that sounds surprising because overall, I think I'm a good human. And overall, I do right things. And overall, I have another cheek that you can slap again and again and again. Now, eventually, I do have a line, and eventually, I do have rules and expectations and boundaries. And I do wholeheartedly stick to those because we're adults. You should. I don't throw sand in the playground. Okay? These are the rules. Follow them. Yes, I have corners and edges, but you guys know. You know how I operate. You see it. Um, and they just thought, I guess, like I was good. I don't know. I have no idea. I can't answer that part. And I don't really care because it's changing and it's going to be different. But I had to be better first. And I didn't realize that until I realized it until this happened, until I needed this. This is all in God's timing and all in God's plan, you guys. Um, and it's for the best and perfect. But it was hard for me to understand that because I was always like, but I'm not that jerk. And I do forgive and I do extra. And so poor me, poor me, poor me. But let's face it, was everything exactly in alignment? No. I was bossy. I was controlling. Those things are not okay to a certain point. Those things are not okay to a certain degree. And yes, because you guys heard it with Carrie. What are you doing? When are you going to be back? What time? Well, who's this? Well, blah, 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 blah. There comes a point in time where, and he's 21, you guys, where that's not okay. And I didn't know that. I didn't see that. I didn't know. And at the point before I realized, or before that message was sent to me, or before, I had the breakthrough or whatever you want to call it, um, it was okay. But things change. And God probably warned me, and I just, my heart, okay, yeah, I got it. And yes, we prayed and all of those things, but that doesn't mean everything is in alignment. He just wants to perfect us. And so yeah, so that was also hard because mentally I was carrying this and this and this and this, and I still had a business, and I still had vendors to sell, and I still had customers, and I still had my baby, and I still had my health and my family and all these things. But my message was, but you're pointing at what about me? But have you seen that you have a splinter in your eye too? You're pointing out, I mean, sorry, you have a plank in your eye. You're pointing out these splinters, but you yourself have a plank. And that was hard for me to really grasp because I was like, another thing? I can't. I can't. But then other things started happening and messages and confirmation and all of these things that I'm like, wow, whoa. And I'm so glad. That's all I can say. Whether you know what I'm talking about or not, we'll elaborate. We've got days and hours and times, hopefully. And so yeah, I definitely will dive deeper in all of that because we've got time to hang out, you guys. I was thinking about crafting and hanging out and doing all the fun things because the only thing that I am responsible for right now is patting the baby to sleep, if I even have to pat him, because we tried the transition of my sister with the crib in her room. And there was one night, I think, that I was sleeping or something, and my husband tried. He had woke up or something, and they didn't want to wake me up. Which that was surprising. I was like, what? Y'all didn't wake me up? That was like, wow. Because I'm telling you, oh, I get woke up. Mom, the baby's crying. Wait, what? Okay. Do you not know how to pick them up? He's your son or your brother too. Nope, they got mom. There, mom's doing 25 things. Oh, yep, that's how it was, you guys. I mean, you guys have seen it, whether you noticed it or not. It was in y'all's face, and, you know, it was tough because I felt like I couldn't talk to anybody because I still had to have that poker face. I still had to handle my market and handle my business and handle my baby and handle my health and all these things. And then when I got a message that said, well, you got to do some more, I'm like, wait, what? What about the other people that are just walking around like, hey, hey? And here I am struggling with a carrier and a baby, barely making it to an appointment while people are like, "Whoa," and I'm dropping crap and they're like, see you later, sitting on the couch, chilling and watching TV and eating snacks. And I'm like, oh, no, they didn't. Oh my goodness. But you can only fuss so much because it was beyond that, you guys. It was beyond that. And I must have somehow missed that. I must have somehow was ignored the warnings and all of the things that God was trying to say, hello, hello. And I really think this part of the surgery was because if you're not going to listen, he's going to make you listen because he loves you that much. I think I'm on that level, you guys. I think that this was part of it. I don't think it's all of it, but I think some of it is definitely it. And I'm going to tell you another thing. Um, I was doing something, I was overdoing something. Okay. I did. I did. My sister was sleeping. It was like 11 o'clock. My husband was at work. Carrie wasn't home. Camden was whatever. I don't know if he was asleep or not available. Oh, he was at his friend's. He wasn't even home. And my sister does so much. And so I forget what it was. If I had to, I didn't carry the baby or anything crazy. I think I reached or something um, too much. And then I did it again. I think it was reaching. Um, and this was like early on. And I was reaching for something and I didn't want to wake up my sister and I didn't really have people around or whatever. And so I reached again and I kid you not. And I told my sister the next day, I said, my chest started hurting. Like I felt like I could barely breathe. Like somebody was pressing my chest, like literally pressing. Like it wasn't shortness of breath. It wasn't anything like that. And I felt in my spirit right then and there, I felt in my spirit, well, if I can't get you down in your midsection, I'm going to get you in your chest and your heart. So cut it out. And so, with that being said, and, when I stopped for a little while and I said, because as soon as I did that, that's what came to my first feeling. And as a Christian, the Spirit is a feeling, is your feelings, the Holy Spirit. And as soon as that happened, instantly I felt that was the reason. And I got that message. And then the very next day I told my sister, whatever. That night I just randomly clicked a sermon, just randomly. And the sermon was talking about the exact same thing. I can't make it up. It was just random. Just random. Just, I don't know. And I don't do it often. I have no idea. So, yeah, I think part of it's that and whatever. I think there's much more and we'll talk about that one day and all the things. But you guys, I am excited to just be able to hang out with you guys and enjoy this time of healing and whatever. I'm hoping to maybe sell something one day closer to ending the 2 weeks or my sister leaving or whatever. I don't know. I'm not pushing it, whatever, but this is my income. Yes, of course, my husband works and whatever, whatever, but we always have done stuff separately. He pays all the bills and blah, 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 blah. And my money is for food, my phone bill, Carrie's phone bill, half of the car insurance, and anything else is mine. That's how it's always been. So, I want to have my own. I want to be able to do so. I'm going to try. I'm not pushing it or whatever, whatever. But my main thing is I want to hang out and enjoy you guys and hopefully craft and chit chat and all the things. Super excited. Yay. Angela. Yes, girl. I'm so happy for you. Let's do a giveaway. Do y'all have any questions? Y'all want to talk about anything? What's up? I'm not going to be on too much longer because I'm excited and I don't want to overdo it. This is the first real big stimulated thing. um Now I'm able to do a little bit more. So I've been like trying to redo some of my shelves because remember, I recently redid my room and I got a bunch of bookshelves and it was time for a market again. And so I just kind of threw everything on the shelves so that everything was off the floor from when I readjusted my room and added more bookshelves and stuff like that, which that was recent. But I haven't addressed it. I haven't had time. My days are 24 hours almost, honestly. And then, I'm juggling like 50 things and I'm beast mode and all the things. So I've been trying to reorganize and, doing all of that little by little. There's certain things I don't lift or don't mess with and whatever. So yeah, I'm just trying to utilize the best I can from what I can and just enjoy the journey for now. Because I think it's my time to rest and I think it's my time to enjoy these things right now while we heal and repair and get to hang out and have fun. So that's my thoughts about market and updates and all the things. Um, I do want to do a giveaway. One has been sponsored by Blossom. Uh, from last billing cycle, but we just never got to it or whatever. So I'm definitely going to do that. And I hope everybody is here who wants to participate. Everybody is welcome. I will not send it out until we do market. It'll be here for, and when I say come back to sell and all those things, this is just hypothetically speaking. If I get these done, fine, I'll probably sell them. I don't know. I don't really have a plan. I live the ish life. Ah, Sarah. Sweet faces. Thank you so much. Sweet faces. You hit the nail on the head. Is that the right? Hit the head on the nail. Hit the head on the freaking nail. Oh, Sarah. Thank you so much. Matilda. Thank you so much. Oh, that is so sweet. Oh, yeah, the book. I think the book is actually. Oh, thank you, Sarah. That is so sweet of you. Um, I think the book is where I have to crouch. I really think that book is by that chest. Um, Years ago, at the very beginning stages of market and selling, I don't know if it was before market or after market or during market, but anyways, the beginning stages. Thank you again, Sarah. Um, I found a chest at an estate sale and this guy liked me and it was in his attic and blah 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 blah. Y'all heard the story, I think it's by there. I think it's by there, so I can't mess with it. But I will one day. I'm still haven't forgot about that stupid book. I do love it though. I call it stupid because that's just the name of it. It earned that name all by itself. But I do like it because there has been some funny moments and I'm going to tell you, I don't even know half the freaking answers. But it's so fun because it's not fun and that's what makes it fun. If that even makes sense. And if you know, because that book brings all those things in one. Oh my God. I don't know, Posh. I have no freaking clue. Zero. I remember the last couple of times that we went live and I was like, people were having problems and I was like, watch, next time we go live, we're going to see changes. Well, this is the next time we went live and we see changes. Now, I'm sure other people who have streamed before me have seen it before me, but for me, this is the first time I streamed and this is the first time I'm seeing that stuff. So it's some crap I haven't even investigated into a setting or whatever. And also the streaming software system or app or whatever that I use is called StreamYard. And some people have heard of it. That has also changed. Settings and stuff has changed. I have no idea what the heck people are doing. I have no idea. Obviously, it's something for the channel owner and all that. I didn't get any. YouTube doesn't send you information. Well, not me, via email or messages or anything. You just have sometimes notifications that'll pop up like at the very top. I'm pointing like y'all can see. At the very top, sometimes in the settings or sometimes in your account. Because I'm a regular streamer. Sorry, that's my alarm to take my aspirin. Um, so sometimes every blue moon, but I haven't seen anything about that stuff yet. So I'm guessing when I go into the video, in the settings part where you can turn on and off stuff sometimes. Maybe it'll explain it. I have no idea. I have no idea. I haven't heard anything, so I don't know. I just notice it. Your guess is as good as mine as of now. So this is our giveaway. This is Tina Tana Marie's dyed coffee dyed paper pack. No, actually, this is, I'm sorry. It's been a while. Now, let me tell you another thing about the surgery. I kid you not. When I woke up, because I got some stories to tell you, but I'm just going to leave it at this very vague one because we got to do the giveaway and then I'm going to wrap it up. And I'm going to tell you next time I'm thinking about going live. But again, I live the ish life. I have availability, but I also don't want to waste it on things that I can be semi productive ish. That would help me later. So I'm kind of piddling in my room some and, this, that, and the other. Who knows? But, what was I going to say? Since I've had the surgery, when I woke up, I don't remember a lot of stuff, you guys. Like everything. It's weird. It's cool. It's real. So, anyways, so you know what somebody said? Now that somebody is here. So if they want to voluntarily tell on themselves, they can. But it was funny because I was talking with her and we were joking and they were like, what they did was they plugged in and they replugged in the wires that were loose and fixed the pistons that were misfiring as well. Little did you know why they were fixing that surgery. I mean, your hernia. And I'm like, hardy har har, you think you're funny. Uh-huh. Yeah. So anyways, I did not know. I did not know they knock you out completely. They breathe for you guys. They breathed for me. Pump. They paralyzed me. I did not know that was going to happen. That was mind blowing. The nurse told me that. Can you believe that? That has never, ever happened ever in my whole entire life that some medical profession tells me exactly what medicine they're giving me and exactly what the heck happened. And it was 2 days before my surgery and I almost canceled and I felt like it was the devil and trying to scare me and trying to make me not do something that I was supposed to be doing. I really think that because a lot has changed since then. I told you this small window has been filled with so many things. I can't make this up. And and I was looking at that lady like, what in the world is happening? And what was crazy to me, it was so eye-opening. What was crazy to me is here these people, remember, I told you this. This doctor was not a voluntarily informational doctor. If you wanted to know, he just told the basics, like barely basics, probably not even what you consider basic. Um, and so it was so mind blowing to hear so much information all of a sudden 2 days before, making me sheer panic of exactly what was happening to my body. It freaked me out. I was almost going to cancel. I'm not even going to lie. And then as soon as I said in my head, I said, oh, I'm going to cancel. Oh my God. Like I was very terrified. Like, oh no, the heck, they're not going to kill me and then revive me. And when that lady said, the nurse, his nurse said, and then we're going to give you medicine and hope that it works. When she said they were going to paralyze me and hope, that when I heard that word hope, it for some reason magnified in my heart and my brain and my soul. All I could think about was, oh my gosh, my market and my baby. What the heck am I going to do? And as soon as I thought that, the very second was the next second, I thought, the devil is a lie. No, the heck. Yes, the heck I'm doing this. I'm not worried about it because ain't nobody breathing for me but the Lord. But for those couple of seconds, 5 minutes, whatever, few minutes, oh, I was very, very, very scared and this close in canceling. I'm not even kidding because I was like, oh, heck no. I've got some time. I've got some time to buy. The doctor didn't say it was an emergency. The doctor said I don't have to do it right away. All of those things happened within those couple of seconds that this lady was talking. And I was like, oh my God, I have never. It was crazy. Very crazy. But we're on the mend. We're healing. This is the giveaway. This is actually Tina Tana Marie's dyed paper, but it's coffee and avocado. And it's what she calls her misprints. So they're not exactly pristine, perfect. Tina Tana Marie is very picky with her papers, and we love them and we appreciate them. But because there's a little bit of dark right here, these go in her misfits. So anyways, you've got avocado and stencil. I have a hashtag for you guys. And good luck. Everybody is welcome to participate. So this will go out when I'm doing market back again regular. And I don't even know if there's going to be a considered regular, meaning, big books and lots of hours and all those things. I'm just going to play it by ear, take it easy, slow steps, and just enjoy the journey, you guys. So there's that. So I'll hold it and it'll be in very safe hands. All right, I'm giving you a hashtag to type in. So if you see it on the screen, type it in just the way that you see it. And you are more than welcome to participate. I'm trying to figure this new stuff out. What the heck? See, I leave for like a week or two, and I don't even know what half of this mess is. Okay, we're not doing this because I don't even know what it says. I don't have time to read any more stuff. I don't stress about stuff. If it don't work, I move on and we'll do something totally else. So I'm going to type in a go. You're going to type a number. Let's do a number thing. We haven't done that in forever, feels like. 1 through, I don't know, 75. That way it'll give you a little bit of span, I hope. Make sure no one else has your number. I'll do the random generator pick, so that no one has to count and all that crap. I'll do the random generator pick, first one closest to without going over. So you're going to pick one number, 1 through 75. Make sure no one else has your number. If they do, Posh will probably help you. She's not on the job right now, so I don't know. But just make sure you look at your number and make sure no one else has your number yourself. Good luck. And I can't wait to reread half the chat because I know I missed a lot. I thought to myself, well, I can chit chat and read. Well, I did for a minute, but then I started getting into story mode and forget it. The squirrels started coming alive in my room. Oh my gosh, the squirrels started coming alive in my room and I don't even know. So I lost some of the chat reading skills and I will go back and read what I've missed because I feel like I've missed some important stuff. Good luck, everyone. Hey, you guys sitting in the eaves. And I encourage you to go back and rewatch stuff because it's fun to hear me chatting stories and chasing all the squirrels and whatever else happened. I don't even know. I tried to do the hashtag thing and I couldn't figure it out. That giveaway tool that they have, or, whatever that we normally use, it has weird settings. I don't even know. It took me to a whole screen that looked like I was configuring my computer. So I will look at it later. Not tonight. It's so nice to see you all. I am curious, though, about this silly. Are we all good? Should I press the stop? I've been chatting and haven't paid attention, I'm guessing. Posh, let me know. And I thank you. Hello, 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 everyone. Do, 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 do. Good. Okay, I figured, but because it stopped for a hot minute. Oh, Angela, thank you. Oh, I forgot I had your number, Angela. What is wrong with me? So Angela sent me, oh God, we'll go back to that in just one second. Angela sent me a little bit of information about this crown stuff that y'all just asked. Thanks, Angela. And now your number is on the forefront of my text. I forgot that I even had your doggone number. What is my problem? Random generator. Okay, good luck. We're going to do 1 through 75. First one closest to 35 or 35. Anyone? Is it Miss Susan? I see Susan. Hey, Jersey. Did I say hey to you, Jersey? Chris. Deborah. Hey, y'all. I think it's Susan. First one closest to without going over. Miss Susan. That giveaway is sponsored by Blossom. Thank you, Blossom. You're awesome. Congrats, Miss Susan. It was because of your fabulous email. That's what I believe. It was because of your fabulous email. And you guys, I love the market so much. Let me tell you. Because we're all diverse. We are all different. There's a lot of similarities about us. We have a lot in common. Some people believe in God. Some people are on the fence. Some people don't. And that's good. Some people are white. Some people are black. Some people are Asian. I love the diversity of our market. I do. I am so, and we're good with that. We're okay with that. We bond, we blend, we work together. How beautiful is that? That's amazing. That's just one thing, just to put you in perspective of how blessed we really are. You probably didn't even realize that. You probably didn't even know that. And if you did, awesome. That means you're paying attention a little bit more on a different level, really. Um, so yeah, I really love everything about everything. I do. And I've had time to stop and breathe and think and reminisce, and I don't feel so consumed. Consumed. That's a great word. That word just came to me. Consumed. I was very consumed. And I was handling too much all by myself. Yeah, I had a relationship with God. I still do. It's even better now, obviously. But sometimes we make decisions and we pray after. Sometimes we don't pray at all because we don't believe that. And that's cool too. But for me, I would put God in it, but I wouldn't put him first sometimes. I would put him after, or when results happened, or when things didn't go right, or sometimes I would put him first. And so I'm telling you, it's been the best thing ever. It's been the best thing ever. And that as Christians, we believe we rejoice in especially what we think is the worst times or when it seems not the best. That's what's hard for anybody to say, "Yay, my car broke down. Woohoo! I've got surgery coming up and I'm fearing for my doggone life." Yeah. Do you know how hard that is? But as God says, and this is my belief again, as God says in his word, those are the times that is the very most important because he doesn't operate on what we think and what we see because then you won't have faith. That's what faith is believing the unseen, the unknown, what you can't see and feel and touch. But there's different levels, and, eventually you will, and blah, 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 and you'll know, and blah, blah, blah. But, it all boils down, it all makes sense, it all connects. And I'm just excited for whatever is about to happen, going to happen, and has already happened. And I never would have said this had you have asked me the last billing cycle. I was in a whole different place. Um, and not even knowing for real, not even realizing for real, not even paying attention enough to know. I knew some things, you guys knew some things, but I didn't know it was to this level. And so I can say that I can rejoice, and I am super excited. I had surgery, and I'm super excited of all the things that were horrible, because I didn't realize I needed that. I did not know. Had no clue. Because again, you see, I'm a pretty good person. I'm pretty nice. I do this and I do that and I do that, but is everything in alignment? You know, I needed a wake up call. We all have those moments. So, anyways, I hope you all had a great time. I talked way more than I expected, but I was so excited. But I think it's time to wrap it up for sure. Time wise, feeling wise, I don't want to schedule a next live because I don't want to plan. I just want to enjoy my journey, whatever that may be. But you guys are my pool. I have to be careful with that too, because I love, love, love the market. Love it, love it, love it. But I will put that before some things that are not good to put first before. And so, yeah, there's that. That's all I'm going to say. Let's read what our message is for tonight. Marlo won paper. Well, guess what? Marlo and Susan will get paper, and thank you. And I'm sorry, Marlo. Congratulations, Marlo. Yay! Congrats. Congrats, congrats, congrats. Susan, congrats. You're keeping the one, Susan, that you saw, Marlo. I got another one for you. Yay! Sorry about that, Posh. Posh has probably been screaming at the top of her doggone lungs. Keisha, Keisha. I don't think my intention's going to change. I'm just saying. The squirrels are real. And let me make a note real quick before I forget and jip Marlo, because, not that she's like one of me. She's like those people who are a lot like me. And she really doesn't care. She's good with letting Susan have that. But Marlo, I got you. I got you. See, we have amazing people. Amazing. Yes, sometimes we get tiff and taff and we have our own little whatevers. We're women, we're human, we're whatever. But we have some amazing, when I say amazing, I mean deep. You hear that across YouTube. I hear it a lot. I've been peeking and I've been hanging sometimes in people's lives. I don't have much time, so it's like a whole 6 minutes, but I do hear that. I don't see the same results. I'm just saying. I'm gonna leave it at that. When you put God first in my mind, it's gonna be amazing, no matter what. Let me read what our message is for tonight. Finding joy in grief. You guys, what the heck did I just say? I cannot make this up. What did I just say about, woo, my car broke down? Yeah, I had surgery. Woohoo! Yeah, yeah, yeah. Finding joy in grief. That was the next page. You can go back and look at the last live. See, I encourage you to do research. Like, you've got to do research in order for you to know who's telling the truth and who's not. Because listen, when somebody fills your ears with stuff, your mind is so powerful, so easy to be manipulated, persuaded, and all the things. Y'all got to do your research. I encourage you, go back on the last live and see if we didn't read number 60. I'm not skipping or anything else. Anyway, finding joy in grief. Grief is a tricky thing to have to explain. There are all sorts of stages, and just when you think you're over one, another one hits. You'll be fine one day and a mess the next. And while grief gets easier over time, it never leaves you. It's always there lingering. If you experienced a loss of any sort, whether it's a loved one, a relationship, a failed dream, something you've had to let go of, you will sorry, I need to reread that because I don't even know what the heck I just read, but it wasn't the words on the paper. It was not the words on the paper. So let me reread this paragraph. If you've experienced a loss of any sort, whether it's a loved one, a relationship, a failed dream, something you've had to let go of, you have really strong days. When you feel like you've conquered the pain and you're able to move on. And then you wake up the next morning and you feel everything all over again. And then some days you're in between stages and all you're wanting is to be on the other side. Don't lose hope in these moments. Find joy in them. This is when God is working in you, and hold on to hope. You're going to come out on the other side and so much stronger than before. Woo! Y'all see my skin? Woo! Those are chill bumps. My goodness. There's a couple of scriptures that support that passage. The first one is from Matthew 10:29 through 30. What's the price of a pet canary? And it says the Message, by the way. I just want to say that because I haven't been reading that. When it tells about, just I got to digress for just a second. Y'all just remember this real quick. But I have to digress for just a second because this is important because I'm going to start reading it all. It actually says Matthew 10:29 through 30, the Message. I skipped those words, the Message, on some of them because what they're doing is they're translating, whoever wrote this book is translating what their message that they got from the scripture and also part of the scripture. I just wanted to say that. The other ones that just say the scripture, and I'm going to read them from now on. When you hear the Message, just know that that's what that means. The rest of them that just have the scripture, those are what you can directly find in the Bible yourself under what I'm telling you. So backtrack. So there's the passage, and then the first scripture comes out of Matthew 10:29 through 30, the Message. What's the price of a pet canary? Some loose chains, right? And God cares what happens to it even more than you do. He pays even greater attention to you, down to the last detail, even numbering the hairs on your head. So if you don't understand what that means, that is saying you are far more important than the canary that God cares more about than you have ever even noticed. The next scripture comes out of Psalms 145:14. The Lord lifts the fallen and those bent beneath their loads. Let me reread that. Didn't I tell you guys about the surgery? The Lord lifts the fallen and those bent beneath their loads. How I'm gathering that is the midsection, the bent of my load. Next scripture and last scripture, Revelations 21:4. And I don't pre-read these. I don't open them until I open these things with you guys. I don't pre-look at this. I don't pre-look at nothing. Last scripture is Revelation 21:4. He will wipe every tear from their eyes, and there will be no more death or sorrow or crying or pain. All these things are gone forever. Yay! Because those are the suckiest things ever for any human. For us, right? Our prayer for tonight is, God, on the days when it really hurts, I know you're going to sustain me through this grief. Thank you for being faithful. Amen. And again, I know there's people in the crowd. I have friends that are very close to me that don't believe the same things, and we love each other like no end. So whether you can apply that or believe that or not, you have good tuition, intuition. I don't know the things that people say, because y'all have different language than Keisha's brain. Okay, I'm coming out with the dictionary in 2027. It's gonna say Keisha isms. Anywho, and so even you can take some of these messages and these good lights and good vibes, and you can apply them some way, some form. You don't have to believe necessarily how I believe or how she believes or whatever, but uh that's what makes the market so beautiful. I'm going to tell you, because we're all embracing each other. That's what's important. We're here for each other. We've got to be here for each other. Who the heck's going to be here for you? Huh? You see what happens when I leave, y'all. You see, I can't make it up. Read the chat. Go back and read the doggone chat. I left y'all and so much has happened. I can't even listen. We need each other. We do. Okay? You're not leaving. I'm not leaving. So, I hope you guys had a wonderful night. Thank you so very much for all the love, the support. The super chats have blown my mind. I didn't even think at all that was even a thing. And I just thank you guys for all your love and support. If there's anything I can do for you guys, email me. I'm going to try to go live tomorrow, the next day. I don't know. I'm not on a schedule. Never have been. I don't like schedules. As far as the box goes. And you know me, if you've been around me, um, even though I'm not perfect, I try really hard to be right, transparent, as close to the truth as possible. And even in a guess and an ish life, if I say something out of my mouth like, oh, I'm going to go live tomorrow, that like really bothers me when I don't. Like yesterday when I put the post, I wasn't stressed. I didn't break my neck to come live, obviously, because I didn't go live, but I really don't like that. Like I don't settle with stuff like that. So I don't say, because I like to try to get as close as possible as I can to even my guess. Or I just rather just live this life and not tell you, and that feels better to me than just not, guessing and not line up with real intention, or not knowing. You know what I'm saying? Well, anyways, you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you for all your prayers. I wouldn't have been better had I not had so many people behind me. I really feel that way. I don't think I would be the same. Let's just say. I can't say better because we're not in control of nothing that's happening. But I don't think I would be as good as I am now, for sure. So thank you. And continue to pray for everyone, not just me, because there's so many things that are happening always. Or good vibes, well wishes, positive thoughts, yoga, whatever, pacing the floor. I don't know. Heck, some negative. Okay, I'll take that too, because at least it's a thought that you're thinking of. Hello, even if it's negative, you thought about me. Okay, that means I'm important enough. So, anyways, y'all have a great night. I will try and come whenever and possible and whatever, and I'll see you before I don't. Y'all take care. Good night. God bless you. Sweet dreams. I'm out. And I'll bring that video. I can't believe I don't have it, but I will. All right. Good night, everybody. God bless y'all. Sweet dreams.
It's the virtual craft vendors market. We got everything a crafter needs. You can sell your stuff, or you can buy. You can stop in a chat, just say hi. The virtual craft vendors market. Hey now, take a look. We got cards and lace and vintage books at the virtual craft vendors. Virtual craft vendors. Virtual craft vendors market.